That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's American.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
Time flies. That's how you started. We in there. Time flies. Welcome to the Hunt for Greatness podcast, people. I got my main man, Chad G. We're trying to get him out of his shell tonight. He likes to hang out in that shell, don't you, Chad? Shh. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
How you doing? Let's see if he can get this root beer open without cutting himself fatally. Don't read the directions, just try to figure it out. You read it, didn't you? Oh. Now that whole thing will come off now. Oh, he got it. He's in there, son. Tell me what you think about that root beer. I like them. They're Australian.
Do you know why I don't normally drink root beer?
Why?
Because it's too sweet.
See, that's a little stronger.
Yeah, I like that.
But it's got a shit ton of sugar in it.
on,
Sorry,
bro.
brother.
Put that
I know what
back.
you were thinking. I know, dude. I'm trying to lay off the sugar a little bit. But
Really the teeth thing.
there you go. Get right
How do
up.
you get used
There
to
you
this?
go. Oh,
It's just,
Boy,
I
that-
feel like I'm just living in vanity, being
Bro,
this
you-
close to any form of audience.
you sound like the White Barry White, bro. Straight up. When you just slid your voice right up into the audio like that, dude. That's that fucking. That's that butter.
Can we just whisper the whole time?
Get ready to slather that butter up on that toast with your boy Chad.
Who's Barry White?
Who's Barry White? Bruh. Big old black guy with the smoothest voice ever, son. Smoothest voice. You know, you were just playing Mac Miller
Yeah.
before the podcast.
Yeah.
So sad that he passed away.
Elaborate. What's that mean?
Play some
So
Barry
sad.
White real quick. Just throw some Barry White on. Ain't enough people listening.
Hold on. What do you mean it was sad that he
Sad that he passed away.
And
Just because I feel like he was just kind of coming into his own as far as like, I mean, yes, I like his old shit, but the way his music was going, it was going to an interesting place. Like his newer stuff that he was coming out with, he was trying some new stuff, he was doing some new things. Just sucks. I didn't even know he was a drug addict. He died of an overdose, right?
you didn't know he was a drug addict?
Nah, I didn't even know. I thought he just rapped about, you know how rappers are, dude. They just rap about shit they never live.
And it's still that thing, drug addict uses a lot of drugs, but you can, if you, the dude was sad. I mean, you know, got high because he didn't want to feel sad. I don't know if he overdosed. I don't really. Is this the time and the place to talk about conspiracy theories?
Whatever you want to talk
Well,
about.
I don't know
I'm
how he
ready
died.
to
I
go
wasn't
down
there.
a rabbit
I
hole.
wasn't there. He didn't call me and say, "Hey, I'm about to die." I didn't see the pictures. I don't.
If you reach back and tell me to take your hand and follow you down the rabbit hole, buddy, I'm grabbing your hand.
it's not a.
I'm taking the red pill.
It's not a real. It's not a real rabbit hole.
I'm going.
If it fits both of us in there.
That's a big ass bunny rabbit, son.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, dude, jackalopes.
how did we get here?
It's Mac Miller, bro. I felt like he was really just coming into his own. Like, as far as his music was changing. You know, I never was like a huge Mac Miller fan, but I did like Blue Slide Park
I
album. That's
don't
probably
like
my favorite one.
The hype behind anything. So my buddies who like Mac Miller, I'm whatever, dude. Everything about everything's a cliche. But like Game of Thrones, I refuse to watch it because people are still talking about it. Peaky Blinders, I just started once.
God, it's good.
And the same thing with Mac Miller. Like
good.
I didn't want to like Mac Miller. It's almost like people got this this newspaper that said listen to Mac Miller, and I refused to pick it up off the porch. I just left it out there, and then but I just happened across them. I guess so Blue Slide Park, all that stuff.
That's my favorite album.
Yeah,
Hands down.
I enjoy it now because I feel, and I don't really share my genuine feelings about stuff like this. 'Cause
Please,
again, it's cliche,
now's
but-
the time and place,
Well, it's like,
Chad.
dude, like how can you? I don't see Mac Miller the star. I just like real people, and like it's just what's on their heart, what's on their mind, and that's the thing with Mac Miller. You say he was going a certain direction, but there's really only like one or two songs that I feel, once again, I've never talked to the man, but that felt like it was really him getting it out. But you have to ask yourself, where do you draw the line between I have to continue? I'm a car salesman. I have to draw a line between giving you my full self and staying in this light of, it's an identity. I can't. A lot of people don't want to buy a car from Chad and all of his realness. They just want to buy a car from a dude.
Salesperson,
Yeah,
shallow
which fucking sucks.
salesperson.
I hate salesmen. When I bought my new car, bro, my boss was like, "Oh, well, go sit." I said, "Look, dude, quit trying to sell me. I've worked here for a year and a half." He's like, "I'm not trying to sell you, da da da." I said, "This is where I wanted to be." He's like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And I'm in the middle of my boss, his boss, and his boss. Because everyone's looking at someone else's asshole. It never stops. And and
I like that. I ain't never heard that.
And I never get more nervous than when I'm around these guys because financially, in a sense of success, like they have what I want. So I still have that feeling inside of me that's like I'm not qualified to be myself around you until I'm more like you, which is it's warped. But
I like that what you just said. Hold on, let's stop on that real quick.
Well,
That's
let me
fucking
finish it
interesting,
real
bro.
quick. So I told
we
him,
gotta circle back to that.
I said, I accidentally came out of my neck, and I was like, I fucking hate car salesmen. They all looked at me, like, what did you say? It's almost like you're, like 1984. You're like, I hate the government, and they all look at you, and they're like, what did you just say? And I was like, what I'm, because I can't let them know that it kills me inside to sell stuff. I enjoy it. When I can just help someone, like give you all the information, you know what I mean? Like, and it's basically your trip and I'm just the guide on it. That's cool. But I don't like selling. I don't like selling. So what do you want to circle back to? I bought the car. I ended up buying the car. They sold me on it.
Like at Jeff Gordon you're talking about.
Yes, that is an outside issue, and I do not represent the dealership or any other factors.
Bro, you're a salesperson. You're ready. You got to.
I'm a people person.
You are a people person for sure. Yeah, I can't stand salesmen of any kind. Pretty much.
It's disgusting.
You want to know what it is though? Well, let's circle back, and I'll remember what I was about to say.
Well, that makes one of us.
But you were saying that you feel like you can't be yourself around these guys because of their financial success.
I feel disqualified. If you've made it to this, and here's the fucked up thing in the world, is we all have, and
You want a cigar?
No,
You want to smoke a cigar?
I don't. I'm
you
writing,
sure?
I'm absolutely positive. I want to, but I know I don't really want
Hey,
to.
that's fine, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to push
So,
it on you. I'm not going to sell you on
I
it.
want to write a book. That's what people who sell stuff say.
I'm not going to sell you on it, bud.
Hey,
You make the decision. This
I-
is your choice. It's your choice not to smoke this delicious cigar.
It's not delicious. That's the lie.
All right, so
even you know it's nasty.
So
Fucking West did that shit the other day.
is it going to run you out of here?
No, bro.
Okay, because I won't smoke it. I
No,
need you here
listen,
to do
you
this
wanna know the
thing.
truth? My teeth are so utterly fucked up that if I add any more toxins to them, I'm screwed, bro. They won't let me out in public. So I either don't smoke and I brush my teeth, or I get braces and do it. I don't know. It's just another.
So you feel like you're disqualified. Now finish your thought. I want to hear your complete.
You want to hear?
Yes,
All right, here's the
yes,
rampant.
man. Yes.
Here's the rampant.
I want to get to know Chad. That's
So,
what I want to do. That's the goal here,
let
people.
me do a disclaimer. I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about, but it feels good.
Fine.
Okay.
Same.
Okay, so here's the beautiful thing. Somewhere along the lines, people created, and we're still doing it. So here's the thing. so they say studies have shown, and this is all, it's probably paraphrased, but studies have shown it's not the first person to do something, that starts the trend. So imagine you're at a festival and everyone's there to dance and trip acid and fucking no one's looking and no one cares.
Right,
That's all the
right.
thing we know on the inside. So we know that, yet no one's dancing. So you have that one guy who either doesn't care what you think consciously, or he really genuinely just, it hasn't even crossed his mind whether or not people give two fucks what he's doing. Or if you got a guy like me who's scared to death but jumps out on the ledge anyways. That's the one I sit under. So
Right.
So he goes out there and he starts dancing, and you have this crowd of people. It could be 7 million people, whatever. Then the second guy says, the second guy is literally in the same classifiers. So even though he sees one guy doing it, studies have shown he still feels those way. He still feels like people are watching. He doesn't care. He genuinely just doesn't even think if people are watching, or he knows and he does care what they think, and he jumps out anyway. So now you have two guys in the same boat. Studies show it isn't until the third one goes and does it before, like, really it's the third one
That
that
makes
starts
it a
the
trend.
ripple. So it's not because the first guy to do it, it was his idea, because it goes back to the same thought. We're all thinking the same things. I feel that we all are. But it's the fact, not the second guy to follow him, but it's the third guy. The second one says, I'm an idiot with this idiot. It's the third one who says, these guys aren't idiots. I'm going to do it too. It's really the third one that qualifies them as being, as that qualifies
It's acceptable,
them.
yeah.
So when I get around people who, we have the English language, and I'll use it to the best of my ability, but I admire them, or I respect them, or, they're that one guy dancing or that second guy dancing, whatever the case may be. When I see them and I want to be a part of what they're doing, there's never been a time, like walking up on you and seeing your grass mode, I literally see something, for whatever reason, I see something so amazing that I immediately disqualify myself to accomplish that same thing. So when I'm around these guys, I now have the ability to talk to a customer transparently. I have the ability to tell them, what they need to hear in a way that they need to hear. I can be a professional. When I walk up and I'm faced with my boss or his boss, I suddenly get overwhelmed with shut the fuck up syndrome. Don't talk. Everything you say is stupid. I'm Matilda, where he goes, I'm big, you're small, I'm smart, you're dumb. That's how I feel, man. And so the reality is like, we all feel the same way. And people who don't feel that way, God, it's just like you're walking around with like 10,000 less pounds of chains around your, but so it's just like getting praise for something. As soon as I get praise for something, it's like I say I choose to believe you, because even today, when I do something and I see people, congratulate me or follow behind me, and they say, I had a guy today give me credit for something, and I literally consciously tell myself in my brain, I choose to believe you, because it's just feeling disqualified.
Like, what was he giving you credit for?
He decided to go a certain route in life, and he pointed out that I, when I first interacted with him, that he, that I attracted him to do that thing. And in my fucking brain, I'm like, are you joking, bro? Like, it absolutely was not me. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified to influence you to do anything constructive. Yeah, that's what my brain tells me. So
Yeah, it's crazy though, right?
yeah, I don't know.
Isn't
Well,
that
well, it's
crazy?
different in the real world, because I have the glasses came
Oh,
off.
I'm gonna
bro.
take mine
Oh
off.
shit!
I'm
I
taking
feel
mine off
comfortable.
too. You gotta look at me though.
Yeah.
If I take my glasses
Well,
off,
I'm
I want
doing
you
this
to.
because I'm
I want
stopping
you to
myself
look at
from-
me, bro.
I'm stopping myself from rolling. You're gonna have to sit over
I
here.
want you to see me, bro. It's all good. You just be that's fine. You be
Alright.
comfortable. That's all I care about.
In the real world, I can do things because I've done so many outrageous things, hoping that no one would see them, that now when I know I'm just living by my heart, doesn't really bother me what people think. But when you're talking about, like, now I'm in your house and your playing field, I feel disqualified. Or I'm at work talking to my bosses. I never really go anywhere and feel like this is my house and I'm the one qualifying people, and I don't know what that is. Maybe empathy. I know it ain't humility, because I that ain't really my strong suit.
Well, humility would mean you don't think you're
No,
better
less
or
than-
less.
Yeah, so
right?
exactly, yeah. So I don't know, bro.
I think it's just like, for me, I think about the one thing that you said that stood out to me was we all feel the same way. And it's so true, but some people it's super amplified with, and other people it's just normal. Like, okay, I'm going to be a little nervous to go talk to these people, but it is what it is. That's just normal for me, you know. But my main thing about, like, what I was going to say is that I was thinking about this the other day, and whenever you were asking me about, you were like, I hope nobody watches this shit, and I was like, well, I thought about it the other day, and like maybe that's why I started this thing, but I think more of it had to do with like the cell phones and like just messing up a conversation so much. Like, me and you sit down and talk, somebody's gonna look at their phone most of the time, and it's gonna make the other person.
Are you gonna do it?
No, I'm not. And it's gonna make the other person feel like that you're not listening to them.
Yeah.
When, like, okay, I'm the most important person to you right now because I'm in front of you, right? Other than your family, I'm the most important person right now to you because you are to me right now. In this room, in this moment, you're the most important person to me. So I want to make you feel like you are the most important person to me right now. And I think that's important, and like that's something that we don't do enough of in everyday life, everyday society, especially when we pick those phones up in the middle of somebody talking to us. It's just super rude. And another thing, the thing about people listening, like, honestly, I talked to Wesley today. I was like, me and Chad about to do a podcast. He was like, oh, that fucking motherfucker. And then I was just like, yo, I just want to get to know the dude a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And like, what a beautiful thing to be able to call somebody, or for you to be interested in doing something like this, and me to get to know you and like find similarities that we have and things that we agree or disagree on.
I was literally bragging.
Beautiful, man.
I was literally bragging to people. Let me give you a little chi-chi.
I don't even know what that means, bro. Is that like new lingo you guys got or something?
No,
you're young, right?
No,
you're way younger
I
than me.
actually stole that from a guy twice my age. Yeah. So,
Chi-chi? Say it again.
Chi-chi.
Say, let me do it in the context.
Let me get you a little chi-chi.
Give me a little
I'm about
chi-chi.
to, so let me continue. So a little chi-chi as a salesman, as I found you can do whatever you need to do to convince someone you care, but it's really time that tells all. So if, say I'm hanging out with this young lady and she gets on her phone, doesn't get on her phone the first 2 times we hang out, and then the 3rd time she gets on her phone. Excuse me.
You can burp in the mic. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
Whatever you want to do.
It's not that it would, discredit the other 2 days we spent, that she wasn't on her phone, but at the same time, it's just, we live in a world of immediate, and this, let me talk my experience, we're immediately friends, or we're immediately not on the same page, and it's not necessarily an ego thing, it's that the world my father said, what's your 5-year plan? I was like, Dad, we have the largest hurricane season that's ever coming on the way. Our government is still trying to bail us all out of a pandemic. I have walked into the cusp of losing my job any day because of lack of inventory, and you want me to plan for the next 5 years. The world doesn't. I wasn't here for the world before I was here, but it just doesn't. The world is so fast paced that like I acknowledge it's almost creepy how much I people watch those around me to see the length of time they put in, and it could be the smallest things, but like our mutual friend, like time will go by, circumstances will change, and I'll still get that phone call or still pick up mine, and I'm like, that's that shit. We've gotten to several disgruntlements because just clash of personalities, but it's just picking up. I don't know, man.
Pick up right where you left off.
Yeah, so even picking up the phone thing doesn't bother me because it's just the age we live in, but it does to a certain extent. I get what you're saying. Everything's so deep to me. Everything
like
is
what? What do you mean?
Just
what brought that up? What made you think of that?
Well, you're talking about the most important people to you. I don't take that statement lightly. It's like that. I don't think that's something you can prove. And sitting together one time, picking up your phone, not picking up the phone, we're probably getting off topic. As a salesman, let me tell you, it's real easy to convince someone they're worth your time when really you could give 2 fucks less.
Right, right.
So picking up the phone.
I'm
or
not a
picking up the
salesman.
phone, yeah.
Just keep that in mind. I am a fucking human being,
Well, we're
just
all-
like you are.
Yeah, but we all
try to sell something. We're all selling something out here, bro. You know that, right?
I've met salesmen, and they are a different breed, and I can tell you. I stick out like a sore thumb, in the group of us. I stick out like a sore thumb, not because I don't have the same goals that they have. It's because, it's almost, drinking the Kool-Aid. You have the guys who are like, F this job, and I can't stand it because they're so better than their job. They're ungrateful, if you want me to be honest. And then you have the guys who are company men, who see themselves as a different piece of cloth than the customer. And then you have me, who's like, I'm going to show up on time, I'm going to work harder than all of you, and I'm going to do everything I can, but I'm also not going to cross that line that I've so clearly drawn for myself and seen, because I had a bad experience when I bought a car. When I bought my first car, I was 21. I was 6 months post homeless, and I walked into this dealership shaking. Got referred by this woman I worked with at J. Michael's, and was like, I can't get a new car. I can't. It's not possible. I couldn't fathom it, and I walked in there. They gave me, signed some papers, gave me the keys, and the windows rolled down, and the AC came on, and I was like, this is mine? Like, are you kidding me? And my check engine light came on 2 days later. Called the salesman. He blocked my number. Showed up.
Oh my God, dude.
And in hindsight, now that I'm a part of the selling process, I can tell you there's a lot of things that he did that just treated me like a number, and that's cool. And he's not better or worse. That's his own journey. I can't afford to lose the sleep I've so desperately worked for, So so check this out. So I had I had a guy offer me the job. He's like, Chad, what are you doing for work? I was doing construction at the time, and I said, man, that's crazy you asked. I didn't really know this dude. I actually, when we crossed paths, I didn't really see him doing the things I was doing. So I kind of, I never went out of my way to interact with him. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah.
But we would cross paths, and he said, what are you doing for work? I said, it's funny you should ask. I just applied to K Jewelers. I just applied to Orange Theory Fitness. I just want to be around people. I just want to be happy, like, and he said, oh, you should come sell cars. And I was like, dude, you couldn't give me a new car every week to sell cars. I was like, you couldn't pay me enough.
Just because of that experience that you had.
I literally said I'd never be a car salesman. He said, well, I'm telling you, like, I'd like to get you a job, da-da-da. I showed up there 30 minutes early, drove in the parking lot, and left. And realized, once again, it's not not so much my feelings against, that particular job field. It was feeling not qualified, And I had an interview with one manager and told him I know nothing about cars. I'm a horrible liar, and I refuse to do anything slimy, and here's the experience I had when I bought a car. And he said, great, we'd love to have you. Let me introduce you to my boss. And I said the same thing to 3 people, and they all were like, great, you're at the right place. And I have found, I get it's approved. Like, they see me when there's that certain line. I do have those bosses who are like, cross that line, make the deal, and it's not, I won't even say, because transparently they don't necessarily see the line that I do, because I'm the one dealing with the person, but they do see that look in my eyes when I'm like, there's nothing I can do, and they're like, they understand, so they do, they approve of my way of doing things, man, and that's beautiful. And I always left jobs because my boss was angry and miserable, or his boss was, like, every time I would see the doors and I would see what was behind them, I just didn't want to do it. I worked in the kitchen. I was the only one without a culinary degree. I really love food, and I got the job, and I made my own recipes, but the chef was throwing mushrooms around the fucking kitchen. So I moved. It was like
pissed off.
Yeah, just fucking miserable. And I remember just being confused. I was confused. I'm looking at it, I'm like, why are you so angry? And so now I have a job where, like, yeah, people get angry, but all of my bosses are happy, dude. You know what I mean? And it's my own enterprise, and I get to be, you know, I had them sit me down. I had one guy sit me down and say, Chad, you know, you're not going to succeed until you turn down the volume. I'm like, what are you talking about? He had to talk with me about how you need to quit acting so black, you know. I had another guy who said, you come up to work on time, you're the best dressed, you do a great job, but you need to lose the thug in your voice. I'll give you a newsflash. My father was calling me a black wannabe before I ever even met a black person. I remember being 8 years old crying. And I'm not saying this to, like, prove some point. I'm just saying, like, still to this day with everything going on, I get very confused at how people can choose either side when no one knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Wow,
it's just like,
wow,
and
bro.
You're talking about someone who I was raised in a city, Ramsor, North Carolina, Staley, North Carolina. You can look up the population today, where they held Ku Klux Klan rallies, and the high school prank, the senior prank, was always to hang something from the flag. And I was just fucking confused. And then I got to middle school, and the blacks wouldn't accept me, you know, and I didn't really fit in with them, and I didn't fit in with the whites. So now you can see where this path tracked. So when I found certain avenues where I could create my own thing, it obviously wasn't constructive, you know. So now you're talking about people who are so sure of themselves. Well, this is what's bad and this is what's good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
hey, dude, these are all social constructs that somebody made up, bro.
back to the
somebody
original
made this
thing.
shit up.
So go all the way back how I don't think this is okay, but they think it's okay, so I'm going to do it. But we have a whole society who's just looking at everyone else do this thing, following behind, but everyone's just waiting for that person to step up, you know. And I know
the third one
you
to go in there and dance.
And you talk about a rabbit hole, dude. I went down it, and at the end of it is like, well, so what am I supposed to do? I guess just be a good guy and really just realize that, you know, I can't change the world.
I can't believe they said that to you.
Yeah, he said, I literally had a guy who said it was his experience that when he stopped, I had a guy literally say, you can't keep just being yourself. And I was livid, bro.
See, that's exactly what I was trying to say earlier, and I went off on a tangent. But, like, I can't have a job anymore. I'm ruined. I cannot have a job where I can't be me anymore. I can't act like somebody else. I'm not going to expend 1% of my goddamn energy acting like somebody else. That's why when you talk to me on this podcast, I'm going to act like the exact person that I am, and I'm not going to expend 1% of my energy to try to be something that I'm not.
You're not even getting paid. Don't do that.
No, I'm not getting, and even if you pay me $100,000 a year, keep it.
Okay.
I'm going to be myself, bro. Going to be myself.
100,000 what?
I'll find a way to make 100,000 and be
That's
me,
the shot,
bro.
right? So let me tell you this. I went back to this woman. I used to live in halfway houses, and I told this woman, she's watching me grow. I said, "Can you believe he?" And all these people, man, when you know, they just know. They know something. And she goes, "You need to quit being ungrateful. You're not changing who you are. You're adding to who you are." You know. And then I call, you know.
Wait, what does that mean?
She's saying, you know,
I don't understand.
She's saying, you don't have to quit being anything, but just add, you know, maybe there is
Amplify the good parts.
Well, that would insinuate that being thuggish or whatever these guys label would be bad. Not so much that. It's
Well, if it's good to you.
His example was, I just want to be me, bro. There's a movie called The Book of Life, and if you ever watch it, it's a cartoon movie. Makes me cry every time I own it. I'll let you borrow it.
I love to cry at the movies. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. So
love a good cry. Not joking.
A big motto in the movie is always play from the heart. So this dude's dad, long story short, dude, like,
don't ruin it for me now, because I would like to watch.
Long story short, he came out on top, and it's the top that, like, no one really set the bar for him, but once he got, the cream always rises to the top, bro. That's
always.
The beautiful thing about being yourself, is no one's gonna tell you, be yourself to this point, and these are the fruits of your labor, and that's what fucking drives me, is I don't care what anyone says, like, I don't care what anyone puts in my way. Like, I don't care what mistakes I make that people say are, you know, there's no repair. Like, I know in my heart, bro, like, being myself will allow me to achieve things that people.
Greatness.
And
Greatness.
It's just so amazing, bro. But what that also comes with is, if my boss is telling me, is being open-minded, my boss is like, don't tell the, you know, this, you know, for context, don't tell this 78-year-old white Republican woman, hey, let me hold on to your license real quick. I'll be right back, which is how he put it. He said, you need to say, hey, Mrs. Whitey White, can I have your license? I'm going to make a quick copy and I'll be right back. And I was very resentful for weeks until I thought, there comes, like, I want to write a book. I just applied to college because I feel like no one's going to read a book just from any Joe Blow, so I'll just fucking start going to school.
I'll fucking read it.
Well,
and I'll promote it on my podcast.
Bro, but I'm also trying to
you see all my books, bro? I read books, bro.
Yeah,
I don't mess around.
But
what you going to write a book about, your life?
Well, someone, I don't really know. Well, someone said...
I'd like to write a book.
I can't tell
straight
you.
up.
I can't tell you because I think it matters, and I don't want people to take it. But
right,
what I'm trying to say is, if I'm going to step in... I had a mentor of mine say... He said, Chad, what do baseball players do? I said, I was like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm trying to tell you how it's all their fault and they're out to get me. He said, yeah, I know. But what do baseball players do? I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, when they put on that fucking uniform, what do? I said, they play baseball. He goes, they fucking play baseball. So if you're going to go do something, go play baseball. And it clicked in my head, this isn't Chad's world. So even though I can be myself, I am living in 2020, and there are certain avenues that I would like to track down where I can't just be my utter raw self. Now that sounds horrible on paper, not being yourself, but that's what, you know what I mean, dude. I got it made pretty well. I can be myself, and I'm an easy target at work, bro. Everyone talks about golfing and all these things that I don't participate in. One time I went to work and said, I can't wait to do my laundry tomorrow. And this guy said, do your laundry? But that's a big deal to me. Just going home and doing my laundry. It's like the one thing that keeps me up at night. Literally. It's like this monster. It's called laundry.
I can't stand it.
And, but I don't know, bro.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
Clean sheets, bro.
So what I want.
Clean sheets are my thing.
I want to write a book.
About laundry.
I want the name of the book to be called Fuck It, I'll Say It.
I like it. I'd like it.
It's just like when you said I need a good cry, but you and I have been, I'll assume you and I have been down similar, roads where, like, we know what it's like to fake it till we make it and fail. We know what it's like to succeed at failure, but there also comes another avenue where it's like this elephant in the room is when I walked in today and I was like, hey, how you doing? And I may be wrong, but I saw you put on the smile. But I don't know you well. I can't really read you.
Couldn't help it.
Are you from Ohio?
I'm from Sanford, North Carolina,
I can't really read
I couldn't
people from Ohio.
help it, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, but there's this elephant
You know
in the
why?
room. It's
You need to stop trying to read into my smile and just accept it.
I care about people, and you say you're the most important person, but I care every person I come in contact with. I just want to. That's the hard part about being a salesman. I really don't want to sell you a car. I want to know your life story. I've literally gotten to moments,
That's
bro,
awesome.
where I've spent 6
awesome.
hours. When I first started, I spent 6 fucking hours with people, and they would leave, and I would literally, in my head, say, fuck, I forgot to sell the car. And so, like, there does come a time where I can't just be myself because the things that I'm after don't have monetary value, and I have to pay my bills, and, well, I don't have to. I would like to pay my bills.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So,
that makes sense, but... See, my thing is I want to figure out how to make the things that I can do, being myself, create monetary value.
That's why I gave you that, because I know you got some skills.
Yeah, I like to draw. I like to draw a little bit. That's I've always wanted to do the T-shirt, actually, because I've always wanted a design I drew on a T-shirt. I thought that'd be pretty dope. Yeah.
Another one of them things I don't feel qualified for, bro. Whatever, bro. I don't want to get out here and cry, bro.
I just want to know who Chad is, and I feel like we've gotten. I feel like we've gotten somewhere already.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Is I have my father's 58, and I'm just now watching him. You want to hear? You want another Chi-Chi?
Give me another Chi-Chi.
So my father's 58.
Is it CHI?
I don't really know.
I think
I literally, it ain't no good Chad shit. I took it from a dude.
That's some good Chad shit. Remember where you heard it first come out of Chad's mouth.
So listen.
The Book of Chad. Fuck it, I'll say it.
So, come on, bro.
You said it,
yeah,
bro.
I was hoping they passed by with a minimum of concern,
nah,
bro.
Come on. We're going to circle back around to that.
Hey, you listening?
Fuck it, I'll say it.
Ain't no one else gonna say it. I'll say it. But
Fuck
that's the
it,
thing.
I'll say it.
It's so intimidating. The idea
Great
that I
title.
have something to say that no one else. But you know what? Every fucking thing you look at, someone invented, and you're like,
Yes.
oh, I should have come up with it first. But you know, and normally what I would do when I
Oh
come up
my
with a
god, I
sweet
can't
invention,
believe you just said that.
what?
I wrote something down the other. I see if I get stuff like what you just said pops into my head, I write it down. I just want to
I
find.
write so much shit, bro. You
Look,
want me to share my writing
look.
with you?
Here is what I wrote. It's pretty much what you just said.
Say it.
Where do you think everything will come from? It comes from the people that make it up, and other people make fun of it for being different.
That one
That's
person,
what I
bro.
wrote
That's
down.
that one person
Yes.
dancing, being
How
goofy.
crazy is that?
It's not.
dude?
That's what I'm, it's all in us, bro. Like, and that's the whole thing. Like when I see it, and I really don't like politics, bro, because I feel like even if you understand them, you're still being lied to. So what is the point? But I also feel ignorant because I don't. What do
Bro, did I not turn the camera on, bro?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, I didn't turn the
That's all right. That's all right.
No,
Y'all
we
didn't
got
miss
all
nothing.
the audio.
Y'all didn't miss nothing.
Bro, we talked for 34 minutes with no camera.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's all right. We got
Listen.
camera now.
Is anyone even looking at this?
Loosen up. It's not live. It's all recorded.
All right.
It ain't live.
Here's the thing.
I
bro.
can't believe I forgot
My
to turn
roommate.
the.
I found,
oh my god.
I found a roommate on Craigslist. Right. So I'm a very fragile little light bulb. If you screw me into the wrong socket, I
Blow up.
I blow up, burn everything down around me. So I put in, you know, I don't know what, I don't deserve credit for anything I do, bro. Anything that's real cool, I really don't deserve
Wow,
credit.
bro.
I'm just saying because it's just, I'm not that confident in it when I do it. I'm just like,
Is
I'm just like,
anybody?
fuck
Is
it, I'll say it.
anybody? Is anybody?
I don't know. They all
don't-
look
I
like
don't-
they know what they're doing,
I don't
bro.
think so, bro. I think it's an act.
Shit.
I think it's an act off gate, bro.
So check it out. I put the ad on Craigslist. I said I need someone active and healthy because I didn't want someone sitting around, just sitting at the house all day, minding my business, not having their own, like, you know. So I didn't want people drunk all the time. I don't want someone
Drinking
sitting in
your
there
fucking milk. Hell,
I
nah.
accidentally
Don't
told
drink
him
my milk, bro.
I drink almond milk because I don't drink other animals'
Semen.
excretes.
Excretions.
Yeah, I feel like cow milk's for cows, but that's another topic for a different.
God, I think you've said something to me about milk before, bro.
It's just so
it made
weird,
me feel
bro. Why
bad.
are you drinking another?
You're drinking what it makes a bro. You're drinking what a cow feeds.
Not
its-
me, you.
Bro,
you.
I'm drinking. Bro, I'm drinking what a cow feeds its young baby
That's
to
what
fatten
you
it up.
think you're drinking, bro.
That's what I'm drinking. Louis
what you
Pasteur says so, bro.
That's what you think you're drinking.
I want unpasteurized, unfucking
One
filtered
thing I
milk,
do enjoy
bro.
about being me, bro, is I do so little amount of research that when I say something and I truly feel in my heart, and then I hear someone say it, and they're
Louis
like,
Pasteur,
someone already
bro.
said that, I'm like, oh shit, so I wasn't crazy. It excites
I
me.
said that the other day, and because somebody was like, "You got to try unfiltered, unpasteurized milk," and I said, "Hey, Louis Pasteur wouldn't appreciate that," and I was just fucking around,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Is that really who?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's who invented pasteurization, Louis Pasteur." Yes, and they were just like bamboozled that I would say such a thing and be
You're-
that confident in it. But like, there's certain names I remember of people that invented stuff, like Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Fucking
Invented the what?
the cotton gin, the thing that actually like did away with slavery pretty much because he invented a machine that picked cotton, so slaves were obsolete. Well, as far as cotton fields went, slaves were obsolete after Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin.
You know, bro, I have a new tangent to go off of.
Come
Is
on,
this what we do here?
come
Is this-
on, bro. We're just going on a journey.
I'm just not
and I'm
very
that
I'm
stupid.
not
I'm that. You know how
consistent.
important you are to me. I forgot to turn on my camera. That's how important you are to me. You're more important than any podcast
This
could be.
man will sell a dirty diaper back
This-
to a fucking baby,
This
boy.
conversation is more important to me than recording it. We got it on. We got the audio now.
your-
Okay.
it's your
I'll put a
world.
picture of a fucking cow udder up there for 30 minutes if I have to, dude. Somebody milking a cow udder while you talk.
So I get this roommate off Craigslist. He calls me. Check this out, bro. I'm going somewhere with this.
I know
He
I'm listening. You're cracking me up though.
He calls me. He's like, hey, you know, da-da-da. I'm like, don't even know what I'm fucking doing. I've already basically signed a lease. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. No, you know, whatever, bro. And, you know, he calls me. We talk for 2 hours. I accidentally tell him he's not allowed to have any drugs or alcohol in the house. Don't deserve credit for that, but it was a good idea because I don't like to have drugs or alcohol in the house.
Yeah.
And so he calls me some more, ends up Venmoing me all the money for the bills from New York. I'm like, well, this guy's definitely slinging dope.
What?
Or he's on the run from the law enforcement. And I asked him
What's
straight
going
up.
on here?
So then I said, all right, cool. He's like, I'm moving August 15th. Or July 15th. I said, all right, bring your parents so I know it's real. The dude shows up with his sweet-ass grandma, sweet-ass dad, sweet-ass sister, and they all are a sweet-ass family. And I'm like, where did you come from, bro? So fast forward, we're best bros. The broest of bros, bro. And he comes in my room.
The broest
Listen,
of bros,
he comes in
bro.
my room, and this is not, he's not here to defend himself, and I want to make that clear. This is my perspective. So,
he's got some skeletons in the
No,
closet,
it's not to be
dude.
malicious, what I'm about to say, but he comes into my room. We both get ready for work at the same time. Everything's cool, bro.
Hold on, can I guess the next part before you go on? Yeah. He's got a fake rubber butt that he likes to fuck.
You're so proud of yourself. No, that would have been way
He comes
cooler.
in your room and what? Covered in
He says,
semen
"Did
and
you-"
fucking
he
lotion.
Says, he said, did you see that guy that got shot by the cops recently? I said, yeah, man. He goes, I wasn't there and I don't know the story.
Oh, God.
But
Oh, God.
if I have a cop telling me to stop, I said,
Oh, God.
I said,
don't say it.
I said, have a good day at work, bro.
Don't say the rest.
He
Hey,
said,
dude,
listen.
don't say the rest. Just keep it in
Listen,
here.
No.
Don't say it.
No. Don't keep it in there. But don't act like you know what you're talking about. Just like right now when I said he's not here to defend himself, I could be in the wrong. But I just want to share back to the whole thing of just people inventing and people going out on a limb and just the equality that is God-given without your permission. And he continues to say, no, but listen, bro. If the cop tells you to stop, you don't reach in your... And I said, Josh, have a good day. All right, bro. And I felt like shit, so I texted him later. I said, hey, man, it's been a busy month. I've worked 60 hours this week. That's not an excuse. But just to give you context, on top of that, I don't really enjoy hearing any side killing any side or there even being sides. And he said, well, no, this guy and he's a good guy. And that's why I'm hearing him out because, he has a heart. And I said, listen, bro, that uniform, that gun, that badge was not God-given. How do you have the authority to say somebody's life being taken was sanctioned? And what I'm trying to say is we live in a world, bro, where certain opportunities present you the option of being more than, or and I'm talking about in the spectrum of life. Like, if this dude killed 16 people, does he deserve to die? Me, I'll go on record, I would say yes. Do you get to kill him?
No.
And that's why
It's called due process.
I'm just so very confused at the idea that humans have the right to sanction one evil with the punishment of another evil, and it just really confuses me in this world. And it's not I'm gonna change. I'm very pro choice. I'm pro a lot of things, but I also, if you want to get down into politics, it's like there's things that I would like to learn, and I would, I don't want to be in the middle of anything. Like, I want to have my own views, but I also don't agree with extremes. But it just comes down to I just don't get how we can all be the same chemical makeup. We can all still have the same ideas and the same feelings, but somewhere along the lines, you felt like someone's life, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
less than yours.
It was
worth nothing. Worth less.
That it doesn't matter the value that you have permission to do something like that. And
you don't have the permission to place any sort of value on a human life. It's either equal to you or you don't have the fucking authority to do that. See, to me, bro, a police officer cannot be judge, jury, and executioner. Police officer detains an individual, and then there's due process. That is what this country is founded on. And it's imperfect, and it's not always right.
This country is founded on wanting to get out from under a rule, and they wanted freedom of religion. They wanted freedom of
And
church
then they
and state.
came here and did the same shit that they ran from. The same shit.
And
We
say-
elect a
And here's the
motherfucker.
thing: it's not that if you don't learn history, it'll repeat itself. It's that I learned history, but they had it all wrong. Let me show you how it's really supposed to be, and then you do the same thing.
Same thing.
And I'm the same dude as like. There go I.
This
do not
country,
put me
bro,
in office, bro.
Think
because-
about this. This country was founded on mass genocide and human
and we
trafficking.
still celebrate Thanksgiving, and I'll sit down at the Thanksgiving table, and I think it is bonkers that we need to have a word on a calendar to get together and celebrate. I try to do things differently. I don't really get along or agree with my father. He doesn't know that. I don't tell him that.
Yeah.
But I make an effort to be in his life because I just want to, I just want to do that. But I don't like getting up for Thanksgiving, and I don't like getting up because it's a birthday. And then I'll sit down at Thanksgiving, and I'm like, we slaughtered an entire nation of people, and we still are called. We get up for Christmas, and I'm like, why are you giving me? It feels genuinely uncomfortable.
Why
when I
you give
receive
me
presents.
presents on Jesus' birthday?
I don't
What'd
know.
you get for Jesus?
We should probably switch it up.
It's his
Probably-
birthday. No,
you
this is
probably
my
lost some
favorite thing.
viewers.
Bro, this is my favorite thing we've talked about. Why you give me presents on somebody else's birthday?
So here's the thing. So now you want to talk about divinity and the fact that whether it exists or not, by definition, it has to be unfathomable. So here's my little. Fuck it.
Oh.
I have had a fantasy for the longest time, and I don't remember when it started, but I have a fantasy that language doesn't exist.
It's just sounds. It's just sounds,
So
bro.
I put it to you on a black and white level is like, until I saw you create an axe and cut down a tree, I wouldn't know how to do it. Now, follow me here is like, that would make nobody important in history. That would make nobody able to learn a skill and go and industrialize it. That would make, like if I loved you, I would show you. There would be no
saying it.
There'd be no, and if I hated you, it'd be pretty primitive. But I would,
I would
just feel
violently murder you and
I
slaughter
feel-
you and
that's-
gut you.
dude. I will never mature in a sense of conforming or calming down, but there's a sense, man, where I'm just so fucking tired of talking and words just don't mean anything anymore because they replace genuine connections. And then I'm hanging out with someone and what is this?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Are we together? Is this
Check this out.
Is this a thing?
Check this out. I just can't stand that whoever came before me really wrecked your life and we can't. I was like, excuse me, we've been hanging out pretty consistently. Yeah, but you want to call it something? I bet if we called it something, I wouldn't even have to spend this time with you because we've called. And I'm looking, and I'm not wanting to argue with her, but I'm like, how dare you try to replace this with some words?
Then this is a genuine
this
connection.
is
You
what
want to
we're
label
doing.
it something.
And I'm not.
It's got to be called something. That's what their problem is, bro. It's got to be called
I'm not the
something.
first one to come up with this, bro. It's just we've been conditioned. And bro, there's 3 million other people in the world sitting in the garage talking about this. So I don't want to seem so special. I'm just saying, when I talk about not being myself at work, it's not like I put on an act. It's that these are the things that matter to me. Like I just want to have a family, and I just want to love, and I just want to know my purpose. And all these extra things that are, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels so weird. My roommate, I was telling him, he's like, well, if language didn't exist, we wouldn't have all these technologies and stuff, and don't you like your couch? And I was like, yeah, it exists, so I'm glad I got it, but it'd be cool if we was all just hanging out, like, with our family. We raise a family, send them off to college so they can move away, make money,
Bro.
to start a family, so they can send them off away to make money to start. And it's just like, I just wanted to kick it with my nana
I never
and my
even
poppy,
thought of that,
and I want to
dude.
kick it with my sister, and I just want to fucking.
You only have a finite number of days on this planet, bro.
And this isn't original either. I just Someone else just posted this too, bro. And
Finite
I
number of days, bro.
Check this out. He said,
I didn't even think about it like that, dude.
So
Social constructs, bro.
This is Dalai Lama. That's what fucking sucks. I wish I'd have been born way sooner so I could like, because I do have a ginormous, I have a huge, veiny, large, girthy ego. And I would like to take credit, but here's the thing, bro. I feel like there's got to be a God, because these things inside of us, like words, don't suffice, and we all feel them. Something's going on there. It might just be the DMT I did like fucking a long time ago. But I'm just kidding. I've never done DMT in my life. But it says the Dalai Lama, and it was on the internet. I don't know if it's true. It's a picture of the Dalai Lama.
It's probably a Trump tweet, and they put Dalai Lama on it.
It says the
MAGA.
So check this out. I'm gonna follow this with a very significant question. The paradox of our age. We have bigger houses, but smaller families. More conveniences, but less time. We have more degrees, but less sense. More knowledge, but less judgment. More experts, but more problems.
Had to. Sorry.
More medicines, but less healthiness. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet our neighbor. We built more computers to hold more information, to produce more copies than ever, but have less communication. We have become long. We have become long on quantity, but short on quality. These are the times of fast food, but slow digestion. Tall man, but short character. Steep profits, but shallow relationships. It is a time when there's much in the window, but nothing in the room.
Damn.
And so back in the rabbit hole.
Damn, that's heavy, bro.
So you get to the end of the rabbit hole, and then so it's just me and God, right? It's just me and God chilling, and God's like, so what are you gonna do? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna go cop these new pair of Yeezys and go to work so I can make money, and that's. So it's
doesn't that just sound like just ridiculous? Ridiculous.
It's the conditioning, bro. So if you just,
it's ridiculous.
I don't know, bro.
No, you had a great point. When we raise our families, we send them off to college, they move out of town, they do the same thing.
Just so we can miss them and wish they were home.
Yeah.
But what they're off doing is the same. It's just insane, bro.
It is.
So when I say fuck it, I'll say it. I don't want to be super successful. I'd like to travel. That's a luxury. Like, I do live in 2020, and I would like, my barber was gone today, and I'm cool with a friend of his, and he cut my hair. He's like, I'm going to the Outer Banks. That's very significant to me. Just the idea of you go out on the boat and fish all the time. Those little things are like, they're like jumping out of a plane for me. Like, I would love to do it. I don't know what's stopping me. But
what's holding you back, dude?
I don't know, bro. Other things are more important. The laundry.
What's more important?
I don't know, bro.
Fuck
I'm 25 years
laundry,
old,
dude.
bro. I don't know what I'm doing here, bro.
Dude. I just think what you said is so important about how we raise our families. We ship them off. We miss them.
So what do? Do you live in 2020 where you have an opportunity to get a degree and be successful and create, I say practical because it's the trend is to be successful through these avenues. You know what I mean? It's like you fit in or you get out, and it's like, so I don't know, bro. So I like to play their game, and on the inside, and by the way, their game I'm gonna win at every time because I work harder and I'm gonna go out and get it, and as long as I have, like the tools to do it, I'm gonna succeed. But what I really want is to sit in front of I go in your house and I see all your little babies, and I'm like, I feel overwhelmed with gratitude at the primitive. It's just this feeling of like, this dude welcomed me in his home. The other day, my barber invited me over to his house and gave me a tour of his house, and it's just, I'm not even paying attention to what he's showing me. It's just this feeling of like, he's welcomed me in here. You know what I mean? Like, if he picked up his phone 16 times during dinner, like that out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
still gets on my goddamn nerves.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
If you pick your phone up 16 times while I'm talking to you, fuck you. You heard it first on the Hunt for Greatness podcast, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Fuck it, I'll say it. Fuck you, cuz. Okay? But no, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
So what are we going to do with it now?
I think that, for me, it's important to realize what's important to me. Like, what, when I always think about, like, if I leave here tomorrow and get hit by a semi-truck in that work van, and it's over for me. It's done. That's it. That's the end of my life. Like, what did I do to leave love and an impact and legacy?
Why are you sad Mac Miller died? No one, like, he wouldn't have left
No,
those things
it's
behind.
sad that he died. I'm not sad that he died, but it is sad that he died.
You're not sad he died.
Not
What a
really.
piece of
I don't
fucking
know him.
garbage,
I
you
don't know
dumpster
him,
juice.
bro. I don't know him.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
But it's sad that he died because there are people in the world that loved and cared about him, like his family.
I bet they didn't love him as much until he was gone. That's what I'm saying. And you're onto it. It's like the only thing that matters, bro, is like subject for revision, but like what we leave behind.
The love that we give,
I had the
bro.
guy today that said you're to take credit for me being here.
Positive influence.
I believe him. I believe that he was telling the truth, but I don't feel it's not necessarily for me the things I've been doing, and that's the hard part because I had that big girthy ego. It's like my brain tells me I want to have all these accomplishments, but they're not. I don't feel accomplished until I, until I leave them behind, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've not really done that, and I think that's why nothing really. I think that's why I never have really accomplished the confidence to say this is what I'm going to do and it'll be worth it. Because I see I feel like other people have it figured out because they say this is what I'm going to do. They do it and it's awesome.
Is it though?
I think it is.
You see it as awesome.
I'm that guy in the crowd looking at that one dude like, you fucking go, dude.
But what's going on inside of him? How does he feel about it?
Yeah.
It's something to think about.
Insecure, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, think about Wesley. Started his own business, successful. Don't know if he's happy. Don't necessarily know if he's happy.
I think we have
could be.
Cool
he could
thing,
be happy.
The cool thing is, bro, is when he sees me, he knows what time it is. I don't want to. We're gonna have a genuine, not the manliest talk, bro. I think the most childish thing you can do is act in masculinity. So I think they're very
hard.
Yeah. So me joking around all the time, I don't feel like that's immaturity. I feel like when I get a temper, I feel like that's immature. But when I talk to Wesley, like. I watch him. That's the thing, bro. Is you see someone chase something, and you see the struggles they have with it, and it's like if not you, then who? Kind of thing. Is like I'm grateful he's going through it, but like when he can sit down with me and say, and he checks himself. He's like, this is what the fuck I prayed for, and this is what's fucking annoying me, and this is what like both sides of the bet. This is what fucking sucks about it, but this is what's awesome, and that's what I like. But I'm there to hell yeah, pump them on. But like when you're in those moments, it's just you and God, or just you, and it's just like, what are your intentions with doing it? See, that I've wanted to have kids my whole life. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of tried to have one off the record.
Oh, you're on the record now, video and everything, bro.
But I'm just saying now I'm at the point where it's such a big deal that I do things for myself that I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom being enough to do that for another person.
I felt the same way before I had a kid. Same fucking way.
Dude,
I honestly thought,
what are we? And I'm like, I know what I'm doing for the first time in my life. I'm rooting for me instead of kids I don't even have or the wife I don't even have or you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's just immaturity. I don't know, but
you're 26.
25.
25. I couldn't remember what you said. I ain't trying to aid you on this thing.
I don't know.
You got a little bit of time to figure it out. And I'm stupid
just
as
now
fuck,
feel that
dude.
way.
I'm 30 and I'm so dumb.
On what?
So dumb.
On what scale? What is?
Just don't know shit, bro.
Isn't
Nothing,
that so
bro.
Beautiful.
So beautiful not to know. Ignorance, bro.
Yeah.
Just not to know.
Ignorance.
It's a little bit ignorant.
You know enough to know that you don't know.
Yeah. There's some sort of freedom in admitting that you don't know something.
It's got to be a pain in
Like
the
what
ass
you
to
said
try to
after
figure
I said what I
politics
said the other day. You talked after me at that thing we were at, and you said, I don't know nothing. And I was just like, God, that's it. That's the hit. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know
a lot of pressure
anything.
when people ask you stuff because you've accomplished what they want to accomplish, and they say, how'd you get there?
I don't know.
And that's why I say I don't deserve credit, bro, is because I don't have it. And you know why I also say that is a safety net for when I fuck up, I can say. If
I didn't
fuck
take
up,
credit.
I can say, look,
I
bro,
never took credit for that.
I just want to be the same dude you were fucking praising when I had all these cool things. And I had this woman say, oh, you signed up for college. That's awesome. I was like, I haven't even been to class yet. And she said, you have such a problem accepting people's good graces. Well, motherfucker, you weren't there good gracing me when I wasn't doing great things. I'm the same fucking dude. My father walking up to my father's apartment. It must be nice driving a new car and your father done it. And I walked away. Chad, what's... And I said, Dad, can we talk for a second? I go up and I said, I'm the same motherfucker who was sleeping in his Jeep 3 years ago that you didn't give up on. So don't talk to me like I'm some guy that has...
got too big for your britches.
Yeah, I'm right here. I don't like it because I'm telling you, I might be different on the outside and I might be able to put together a sentence or two, and that wasn't the case. But I am no different. And it's weird for people to watch your growth, if that's what you want to call it. Like J. Cole says, you came a long way, but when he says, bad news is you went the wrong way, I always think about that. I try to reevaluate my situations, but when people comment on my, the car, congratulations on the car, but what I'm thinking about is you didn't congratulate me when I opened that new credit card, only had $200 limit, tried to build my credit. You didn't congratulate, like these are the struggles. The car was just congratulate me when I make my first payment, but that's the realness. Is like when I say, how are you doing today? I really want to know. I don't want for you to go drive and play in traffic and then me say what's wrong. I want to see between here and now, That's what's important to me. When I'm at work dealing with a customer, a part of it is self-centered because I want them to get to know me and understand like I'm really just here to help. The elephant in the room is I get paid off commission. We're going to leave room for me to get paid. I want to make it worth your time, and I want to get to know you. I don't just want to sell you a car. There's so many guys who are really, really, really good at selling you a car, and then you never hear from them again because you don't want to deal with them because you feel like you got duped.
Yeah, that's the last way you want to make somebody feel when they buy a car.
So I don't know, bro. I feel like it's not the devil on one side, the angel on the other. I feel like it's like invest in myself and get to know me, but there's this overwhelming desire to get to know Wes said it. First time Wes ever opened his mouth to me. I said, what's up, man? I'm Chad. He goes, I know you. He's like, you hug you talk to every person in here. He's like, you know how tight my circle is? It's like a Cheerio, dog. He's like, you need to tighten your circle. Because I had talked, to the group of people, like I'm sick and tired of everyone doing malicious things. Like I thought we were friends. He's like, you got way too many friends, but
you got way less friends.
It's not that I want to be your
have.
friend. I don't want you to call me when you need something. I just really want to get to. I'm rooting for everyone. There's like one or two people I'm really not rooting for. We won't shout them out, but
I already know one of them.
And I don't know. I try to look at that. I've sat there and looked and. I can't figure it out, man. Even when I try to figure out why I don't like certain people, I think what it comes down to is like I feel like someone said there's 3 reasons why people hate you. They want to be you, they're threatened by you, or they hate themselves.
Damn.
And I've analyzed those things, and I'm like, I don't think any of those things.
There could be a 4th one in there somewhere.
It's just, you know what it is, bro. There's some people I really, really, really do want to be friends with against my better judgment, and it's not mutual, So I get sour, and I'm like, I even told one individual, I was like, I really don't like you, but I really want to be your friend. They were like, oh, that's cool, man.
Why? Why you want to be their friend?
Because, bro.
Why?
Because Jesus walked with the prostitutes, bro.
Yeah.
Then we ain't no one any different. How could you hate someone when there's no differences? We all got our evils. I don't go around killing people, but I don't think this person does either. And it's like, I just think you're a fucking cocksucker. I don't care if you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who aren't my cup of tea, who I just don't want to be around. This dude is definitely my cup of tea. He's definitely my cup of tea. and he's just a fucking cocksucker. I'm like, no, why can't we just be? But guys at work, I want to be real close with guys at work, but they're not on the same. They don't care about being friends, and I envy that. You know,
Why, bro? Why do you envy that?
because, bro, to sit out on on asphalt, sell cars, look at the stock market all day, make money, have $190,000 in the bank account that you've saved up in like 2 years, and you're fucking going and getting it. I envy them. I feel like they know a chi-chi. I don't know, like they're, you know what I'm saying, but it's just not me.
But you're looking at it like the number in the bank
The
account
outside,
equals
yeah.
happiness,
No, but I want.
equals success. It's not true.
You think
Number in the bank account does not equal
think
success.
they're
Did you
looking-
grow up poor?
I don't really know.
Like, did you have shit?
Yeah, we had. I remember really extravagant Christmases.
Yeah, probably not poor. You probably didn't grow up poor.
No, I wasn't poor.
Most people who grow up poor think money's everything. That's why I asked you. Did you grow up poor? And I'm not saying you think money's everything.
So when my parents divorced, I like lived in the basement of someone's house, eating microwave dinners for 2 years, and then I, was with my mom, and she would like cry her last $20. So like I was, half of my childhood, but I didn't care about. I was going through so many, distraughtful things that I didn't. Those things didn't matter.
Didn't notice it, yeah.
That's like today. I have I'm cleaning up my house. There's boxes I've had packed since I was like got thrown out of the house at 17 that I just can't throw away. And it's in the back of my head. I'm like, well, if I go back to, the bottom of the totem pole financially, I just want to have all these things. They're gonna be valuable. I don't want. I'm like setting myself up for when I fail. I'll have So it's. I don't know where the attachment. I guess just a lack of sense of security. So even now, everyone knows like money's not my motivator. Like at work, like my bosses get pissed.
Right.
Like, dude, you're such a people
But
person.
why are you envying these people because of their?
Because I want what
bank
they have
accounts?
without doing what they're doing, bro. I want.
You can get what they have without doing what they're doing, though. And the thing is what you're talking about: finding the value in yourself, finding that value inside of you, and figuring out
and
how
money
to.
comes, I guess, is what you're saying.
I don't know, shit.
Get on
I'm
with
not
the boat, bro.
I'm not fucking rich, bro, but I'm happy. And I can be myself all fucking day. And if somebody pisses me off, I'll walk the fuck out of their house. And they can eat shit and fucking die. For all I give a fuck. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm not forced to do anything.
There's something
I don't
in my
have to
head
be
that says
nowhere.
There's no way you can be successful by being yourself.
See,
bro.
that's not true. That
You
is
don't feel
not
that way
fucking true.
sometimes?
Yes, I feel that way
Because
sometimes, but I know it's not true. It is not fucking true, bro. You
I
have something
see-
special inside of
But I
you.
see-
First of
at
all,
at my workplace, I see the walls where I'm like, if I get through this barrier, I can make more money, but I refuse to. So and that's just one
Well, maybe
avenue,
that-
but I really like my job.
and I hate to say this, but maybe the problem's not Chad.
That has never been the
Maybe
case.
it's not.
That has
I'm
never
just
been the
saying,
case.
bro. I'm just saying. If you put a goddamn gazelle in a fucking cage with a bunch of lions, they're gonna eat it, and the gazelle ain't gonna fit in. Or if you put a tiger in a fucking bro, if you put a fucking liger in a cage with lions, bro, they ain't gonna fuck with the liger. You know how big a fucking liger is?
Is that a real thing?
Bro, it's when a lion and a tiger fuck. They make a liger.
You got this off Napoleon Dynamite?
Is that on Napoleon Dynamite?
I think that's how
Kind
it
of
is.
sounds like it. But it's on fucking Joe Exotic shit. Have you seen the Joe Exotic shit?
I told you, bro. I don't know.
There's a liger on there, and it's like 1,000 fucking pounds.
Did you really enjoy that, Joe Exotic?
I couldn't stop watching it.
I can't, bro.
I couldn't not enjoy it. Can I just put it that way? It was the white trashiest thing I've seen since the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. You ever seen that?
No.
Okay. Trashiest thing on planet fucking Earth. I enjoy watching white trash crash and burn, bro. It's just probably my favorite thing in the world. Don't know why, just love it.
Why do I feel an overwhelming desire to love what you love right now in this very moment?
You
I'm
should.
like, in my head,
Joe
I was
Exotic.
like, I need to go watch Joe Exotic.
Hey, dude. Tash Sultana. Hot.
Yes.
Hot.
Yes.
Talented.
Yes.
I love Tash Sultana.
Yes.
I listen to her shit. She's fucking dope. Her YouTube videos, she's successful from being who she is. And it is
Damn it,
unique.
you're so
She's
fucking
not
right.
being somebody that she created to make so you would like.
You know her story?
I don't think. I don't think she's no, I don't know her story, but I don't think, and I don't know anything about her. I've only seen her videos. I listen to her music on Spotify, but I just don't think
She can do it. Why can't I? You know.
exactly, and I don't think she created this person, Tash Sultana, to be somebody who Chad and Alex like. I think that's who she is, and we just like that. That's all I'm saying.
You know what she said?
No, tell me
You
her
know what she
story. I
said?
don't know her story.
She said, "Fuck it, I'll say it." That's the whole point of that's the whole thing, bro. It's
Yes.
just like we all wanted that music. We were just all too scared to
Dude,
get up.
Jungle when she's Jungle video, bro, when she's like
I
in
saw
her
her
mom's
live.
living
I
room
saw her
and her
live.
mom looks in the living room and she's in the living room fucking jamming
Her
out.
story is hearsay, is that she was in the streets of Australia, basically on a trip she couldn't come back from. LSD.
Looks like a hippie. Yeah, she looks like she does PCP and LSD.
So she took like too many hits and was out there and found herself homeless and started creating music on the streets of Australia, and someone YouTubed her. And she got famous. Took off with it.
Damn. It looks like she's in her mom's house doing that.
Oh yeah. No,
and her mom comes and peeks in the fucking door.
Yeah.
And she's like,
So am I
"Dun-dun-dun."
wrong?
No, I
That's
mean,
why I said hearsay.
sounds legit, bro. I mean, she looks like a dirty hippie,
When I was
probably.
at the concert, someone told me that.
She looks like she's done 1,000 hits of acid. Where'd you go to the concert at?
Greenfield Amphitheater.
Did
bro.
you?
Yes.
Oh my God! Can you please hit me up when somebody like that comes around? Please.
Every person, Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
See, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see
Rainbow
them,
Kitten Surprise was you.
bro. They're
I went-
amazing.
I
dude.
was trying to hook
Kill
up.
yourself for making that band name, but you're amazing.
I was
Worst
trying to,
band name
I was
ever.
trying to hook up with this chick, and she's like, "You want to go see them?" I was like, "Yeah."
You didn't know who they
Who
were?
the fuck is Rainbow Kitten Surprise? So then I'm listening to their music, and I'm like, "This is pretty cool." And like, long story short, she ended up, they got canceled. The hurricane. She got a boyfriend. Basically told me I was asked out on my ticket, so I bought another ticket. I think just out of spite. Like, I'm a fucking
Fuck you.
yeah. Boyfriend tried to
RKS,
start a fight
bitch.
with me and everything, and I took two guys with me. It was the best concert I've ever seen
At
in my
Greenfield
life.
Lake.
Greenfield
That's so
Amphitheater.
cool. That venue is amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen some super cool shit at Greenfield Lake, bro.
That's like that. Everyone's like, "Oh, I went to this place to see music," and I went, "Oh, I picked up my phone." Ooh,
Bro, no offense. One time's fine, but 6, we're gonna have a fucking issue.
I spend so much time thinking about life, and it gets, and I once again, I'm not qualified, and I'm saying this in confidence. Literally, I'm not qualified.
There ain't no qualifications.
Instead
to
of
get
going
on
and
here.
living life, I keep thinking about it. There's an
Damn.
issue, bro. I would like to go somewhere other than Greenfield Lake Amphitheater.
I love Greenfield Lake. I've been
It's
to a lot. I've been to a lot
fantastic,
of
but
places.
I'm just saying, bro.
Greenfield Lake is, where I want to go. I want to go to Red Rocks in Colorado.
Yes.
I would like to do that.
Yes.
You need to come out on the boat with me sometime.
I want to.
I act a fool out there,
I snuck
son.
that little invite in there.
I talk shit to you now if you fucking get out there and act like a dumb fuck.
You know what
I'll
got?
talk shit to you.
I got an ugly stick, bro. I'm from Randolph.
I got all. You can bring your
Fishing.
ugly stick, but
No,
I got
bro.
everything you need, bro.
Ooh.
It's right here, huh? Yeah. I got everything you need,
That's what
bro.
that's
Rigged up and ready to go, huh?
One of my buddies.
That's
just
my
said it was
baby
all-
right there.
Yeah,
Where's
get
my
out of here.
baby? Where's it at?
I see them ugly
Oh,
sticks.
this one right here. That's my baby, dude. That thing weighs like 0.2 pounds. I can chuck it.
I have a question for you.
What? I love when people ask me questions on my podcast.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
What's the thing? What's the thing? You hear my thing, like the thing you carry around that, like, I don't know, bro.
Explain it better.
Well, does it need a better explanation?
Yes.
What's the
I
what is
need a
the-
better explanation
What's
than
the
that.
what's the thing that might offend people, or might like what's the like is there what's I don't want to say what's the secret about you, but like what's the motivation? What's the what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? What's going on?
What's the motivation behind what?
Just the life of
About what I do?
I don't know what you do. I'm just talking about like
What's the motivation?
what are the demons and what are the angels, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you?
So I
what-
got a lot of fucking pent up anger and hate inside of me, right?
Okay.
and I've always kind of had that, like, since I was little. And it's something that I try to keep. Like, I try to replace it with love as much as possible, and sometimes that doesn't work.
What does that look like? Loving in spite of, or like consciously?
Just trying to
Looking at
fucking
it
not
from a
be a
different
dick
perspective.
and not be
You
hateful.
can't fake it till you make it, bro. You're like
Nah, I
you're
gotta
like
try
a
to be
propane
nice.
Tank
Gotta
waiting
try
for-
to be nice, bro. That to me
That's
is what life's
maturity.
about, bro. To try to be nice. Like today, this lady wouldn't
That's-
let me
you're
over in the
selling
goddamn
cars.
lane,
You're
bro.
selling
No, I'm gonna
cars.
tell you how I'm gonna fuck up. Okay, this lady today wouldn't let me over in the merge lane. Okay, all right. Just for anybody listening to the podcast ever from now until the end of time, hey, dude, if time travel is real, which it fucking is, it's gonna be one day, and you're gonna travel back in time, and you're gonna fucking hear this. The way to merge into traffic is to either slow down a
Please
little bit.
turn on your blinker before you do. I test drive so many people and they're waiting till they have an opportunity to turn on the your blinkers to warn us.
Before.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Blinkers before, and then if you don't let me over, here's the thing: if you speed up to not let me over, I'm gonna yank the steering wheel and scare the fuck out of you. And that's what I did today. This lady in a Jeep comes speeding up to not let me merge because she's a cunt, and I go to and I she's a cunt, and I yank the steering wheel. My whole work van goes woo, and this lady's face goes, and I go.
Why are you a fuck up for that?
Just
you didn't
the
fake
hate
it?
came out,
It
bro.
wasn't
The hate came out.
But
I could have just
but
said,
for
"Hey, this
you-
person's a
for
fucked
you
up
to
person."
fake your niceness is way more malicious.
I wasn't gonna
than for-
fake being nice, but I
That's what I'm
shouldn't have
trying to say.
unleashed my
But
fucking
listen-
hate on her, dude.
Why?
I shouldn't have, because that's putting hate out into the fucking universe, and I shouldn't have done
You
that.
are doing that without your outlet.
What do you mean?
Even if you didn't act on it, it's still a real thing.
Oh, I would have fucking wanted to act on it.
No, you're not.
I wanted to take
Listen,
a
bro.
fucking kettlebell and throw
For
it out
me-
my fucking
so like
window.
I'm talking about I don't like this dude. I don't mean to burst any bubbles. It's there with or without me saying it. You know, and so I would like to, if we want to simplify getting the solutions, like I'm going to give it the respect that I think it deserves because it causes me uneasiness.
Right.
And so for me to fake niceness would be for me to not respect. Like if you would have been like, "Oh, that's okay,"
Definitely wouldn't have done that, but I didn't have to go, whoa. Dude, I literally yanked the steering wheel, came within 2 inches of her car.
You were playing from your heart. So if
I wanted to
anything-
scare the fucking
if
dog
anything,
shit out of
you
her.
acting out on that as Alex, the guy who has flaws but has a huge heart. What if you learn from that and you're like, that didn't make me feel good. I'm not gonna do that again.
Kind of made me feel good a little. Now I don't feel so good about it, but right then,
I don't understand why, bro.
right then, I
understand
felt
why.
great about it.
I don't.
I said, "Fuck you, bitch," just like that. Can you read my lips? Fuck you, bitch, just like that. I might have said, "Fuck you, cunt." I can't remember. I was so angry.
My mother hates that word.
I was so good. Good. Women are supposed to hate it, and I hope that lady hated it when I called her it, because I meant it from the bottom of my fucking black goddamn heart. I meant it. But I understand what you're saying. Just fucking let it flow. Let your hate. Let that hate out. Remember where you heard it first, Chad G. Let that hate out. If you got hate in your heart, let it out. Okay? That's what Chad said on the Hunt for Greatness podcast. Don't y'all forget it.
I feel like, it might be immature, bro, but how can I genuinely express, you're talking about spread niceness.
I should
You
be
can't-
nice.
I can't piss on everything, but tell everyone it's water. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, if I don't genuinely express my, discern, like, I don't like this for right now, how am I supposed to express, like, genuine gratitude? And I don't understand. That's what I say when people, like, are really doing a good job. If they don't have it figured out, I watch people who are just like, I'm just going to be a nice person. And I'm like,
I want to be nicer. I'm going to be Alex, but I want to be a nicer version of Alex. I want to try to be, okay, so here's another example. Last night, saw somebody at a place, and they want to keep saying hey to me, when I know, or I thought, that they went behind my back and said some shit to my old lady about me that I thought they were trying to start
did
shit.
you call them out on it?
So
I did that.
Third time they've said hey to me, and I hadn't said a fucking thing back. Strike 3, bitch. I'm coming to you. I'm bringing it to your front door. So I come up and I'm like, hey, don't know why you want to. It's exactly what I said. I said, don't know why you want to act nice when you fucking see me, when you go behind my back trying to stir shit up. Can you explain that to me? And I looked him right in the eyes like that. It was a girl. And I looked her right in her fucking bitch ass eyes, and I said that. I said it, bro. And she explained. She explained what had went on, and I said, and we came to a point where I was like, okay, well, that's why I haven't been responding to you, and I didn't feel like I could come up and talk to you like a human being with any touch of fucking class until right now.
Now, even if she says something, you don't want to talk to her. At least it's not something
Here's the thing: if you're gonna say some shit behind my back, don't act cool to me when you fucking see me. Don't.
That's
talk
why I
to
don't
me.
like that
Don't
motherfucker.
talk to
That's
me.
exactly why I don't like that motherfucker,
Don't fucking
bro.
speak to me if you're gonna say
And then-
shit behind
and then-
my back.
Exactly. And then if you look at them, and if they deny it, what are you talking? That's that thing that's like.
What are you talking about? I want to fucking knock
that's
your
why I
shit
think that
out,
person's
son.
a cocksucker, bro. Because it's like, why do you do that? I'm nobody. I genuinely think, in comparison to any motherfucker, I'm nobody. So when I approach someone, I'm not tough. I'm like, why did you do that? And when it's like, when they get defensive or something like, I'm just like, that's what grinds me up, bro.
Just know if it comes down to me approaching you, I'm this close to gouging your goddamn eyeballs out. For real, because I could give a fuck less what anybody says about me behind my back. But when you start going out of your way to say, hey, Alex,
yeah,
fuck you.
Well, that person hated you for one of three reasons, obviously.
That person didn't hate me. I misinterpreted what they did. But if I didn't bring that to that person, then I would have never got resolved, and it would have always been, I'm gonna ignore you when you fucking speak to me, because I'm not gonna act like I like you when I fucking don't.
So why were you gonna be nice to that lady that cut you off?
I wasn't gonna be nice to her. I just shouldn't have acted like I was gonna sideswipe her and her children.
We're getting the real Alex out.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, he dropped a smile, y'all.
Wasn't gonna be nice, but I shouldn't have acted like I was gonna murder her whole car.
That's all I'm saying about not wanting language. Is I just want people to be them. I just want to just be yourself.
I think that's what the answer to the question that you're asking me. Like, what's the thing? I think the thing for me is like anger, and I wish it wasn't. Like, I wish I didn't have so much, and I don't know why. And it's out of fear. A lot of it's out of fear. A lot of it's out of like fear of losing the people that I care about. It comes out as anger. Or like fear of, I don't know, fucking losing any, like I don't care that much about shit, but like losing any of my shit, like fear. And fear for me comes out in anger, because I feel like anger hides the fact that I'm scared. Yeah. Don't want to be looked at as scared. I don't want people to see like, oh, that's just scared little boy. That's what that is. That's a scared little fucking boy.
Is that what you say about me, bro?
No, I don't say nothing bad about you. I fucking love you. Wesley says all the bad shit about you.
I walk around
it.
openly saying I'm scared. I'm just not good at being angry, bro. I'm just not good at it.
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
That's okay, bro.
I needed your permission, bro.
That is okay.
Ooh, sometimes
dude,
we need
you want to know what movie makes
bro?
me cry? You want to know what movie makes me cry, bro?
Is it the
We're about to have a bro moment.
You know that movie where the little kid dies and they...
You talking about Hardball?
Oh my god!
You talking about G Baby, bro? You talking about G Baby, bro?
That's the first movie I ever cried.
G Baby, bro. I'm about to cry right now. Just think. Love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air. Fuse a true player. And I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Baby.
I was gonna chime in, but you didn't.
Bruh. Hardball. MVP. Most valuable pizza eater. Bruh. Keanu Reeves, bro.
You want to keep it hot, bro?
Bro, G Baby, bro. Keep it hot, bro.
The thing inside me isn't anger, but you run into enough people who say, "Oh, I've been through this so much, I'm numb." You know what I'm talking about? Where like I'm just numb to it, and
that's how I feel when I'm single. Can't feel anything. All I can feel is vagina. That's it. It's a hole. You're a worthless hole. That's all I can feel.
I have to pee, so my laps are limited.
Bro, piss out. Just open that door. Piss out that door.
I don't want to stop.
Bro. bro. You don't have to
Don't
stop.
Dude,
Dude,
those are the words, bro.
I'll
Get me
keep
off.
it going.
Those words right there. If there's any ladies out there that have said, "Oh, Chad doesn't last long," it's because you told me you didn't want me to stop.
It's because you told me to come in your pussy.
No, no, I don't find that very attractive. I would rather that be insinuated. It's when they, it's when they say,
It's because you told me to choke me unconscious.
no.
That's
I
why.
don't mind that either.
It's because
when
you
they
told me to
it's
put my
when they
fingers in
say-
your butt.
No, I actually thoroughly enjoy the butt play. It's when they say,
not you.
yes, bro. Listen, bro.
I knew you did, bro.
Listen, it's when they say,
My pussy, Chad.
"Don't stop."
Please don't stop, Chad.
When they say "don't stop," bro. When they say, "Listen," I'll be quiet. You know, I remember one time I told this girl, I said, "You didn't make, you were pretty quiet," and she goes, "You were quiet," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm participating. I thought you was just here for my enjoyment." And so like, but what? Listen, what I'm doing is just I'm focusing on pleasing you. If I wanted to please anyone other than you at that moment in time, you know what I'm saying? Like I thoroughly enjoy a good little hand job. Just me and the 5-finger death punch. You know what I'm saying? I love pleasing women. Not, I don't do it as much as I used to, because I found value in myself. That being said, bro, when they say you're pleasing me so much, I don't want you to stop.
I'm coming. Hey, if you tell Chad don't stop pleasing me, he's gonna come. Remember where you heard it first on the Hunt for Greatness podcast. Now's a perfect time to plug our one and only, and we're so thankful for our paid sponsor, Womack Electrical Contractors. Now, they will light up your world if you have any, and when I say any, I mean anything from a damn heated driveway to a damn hot tub. And it ain't got to be hot, but we like to keep it hot here on the Hunt for Greatness podcast, okay? But, hey, if you need any electrical work done, Womack Electrical Contractors is who you need to call. And you need to hit up this number. It's 910-231-7679 for all your electrical needs. That's who you need to call, people. Okay? And we're going to keep it hot, and Chad's back. Chad is back, and he just came.
Who'd you just endorse?
Wesley. Womack Electrical Contractors. I'm
Speaking
getting
of
so
women who
much
told me
better.
not to stop.
Hey, dude, I'm getting so much better at these ads. I wish somebody else would fucking pay me to say their shit, because I will.
You want to hear some real shit? I was talking to someone on the way over here. I said, I'm about to join my buddy's podcast. I was like, to be honest, I said this. I said, as I'm on the way over there,
Need some hand sanitizer for your dick hands, bro. Bro got dick hands.
we can smoke cigars, but we can't touch our penis.
Dick
you know
hands,
what I'm
bro.
saying? Like,
Dude, you can. I was a question. You can keep those fucking dick hands, bro.
In case you're wondering, the scent is tropical berries.
Tropical berries, keep it hot. Chi-chi, baby.
I said I really don't want to do this podcast because I don't feel like people. I feel like what I want to accomplish is hanging out with this dude. She's like,
Same.
She said, well, why don't you just tell him? I said, because I don't want to be rude and sound like, bro, I love any form of outlet where people, hopefully not maliciously, but they follow and appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like they're worthy of a genuine conversation you and I might have, should there not be audience. That's how I felt. I was like, I don't want to. As I was coming over here, I'm like, I really don't want to get to know him. I don't feel like people would be worthy of hearing something like that, and that goes back to like me, like I value that so much. It almost felt like mocking these circumstances by putting a mic in front, and so I appreciate it.
I love that this is forever. Like, this is going to be out there forever.
As I was taking a urine,
it's on this thing
as I was taking a urine,
forever.
I had many regrets at how comfortable I just got over the past.
I love it, dude. I think, a lot of people can't be themselves on a podcast. When the mic gets in front of you, a lot of people change up. That's happened a million times.
I want y'all to know the first time I was in Alex's
this is a studio. You can call it a studio. I'm a little less of a man than you
everyone
think, probably.
picked on me, bro. They all bullied me, and I was sitting in the chair trying to fit in, and I was getting attacked by goons about how I'm such a big old bitch. And Alex was the only one that's like, "You're cool, bro. They're just playing."
I was saying, bro, you
was
don't
like-
have to fuck every vagina on planet Earth to fucking be a man, bro. You don't.
How'd the topic? Oh yeah, because it's like if
Bro,
you,
that's
if you
what they
don't
were
fuck
trying.
someone,
Bro,
you're gay.
get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck
I'm
out
like,
of here,
well, I don't
dude.
just want to go fucking. I'll never forget, bro. This is some real shit. And this is why I hate that this is being recorded, because
Fuck it.
Because you saw
He'll say
me,
it.
you met me when I became a human being. You know, and you might not, you know my story, even though you weren't there, like, because you probably lived the same, you know what, whatever. I don't know how on or off the record we're supposed to
You
get.
can say whatever you want. Give
What
a
I'm
fuck.
trying to say is, bro, is like, I value, like, my boss and my job I started at when I first turned the page. He holds such an important part of my life because he was just there. And, like, that's a big deal to me. And I still, to this day, I'm like, man, you're awesome. You mean the world to me. He's like, wow, I told you to clean the fucking grease traps for a year. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And I'm like, just letting you know, like, I fucks with you, bro.
Those little things. You did that for that guy who said something to you.
Yeah.
You did that for that guy, bro.
Speaking of it all, I remember one time I called my mom because I had no couth. Even
Still
less
don't.
than I do today. No tag whatsoever. And I told my mom, I was like, I'm on the way to clinic. She's like, why are you on? And it wasn't because I was being proactive or, you know, because nowadays, even regardless of the measures that I take, I'm still proactive. It's still free to find out what's going on, you know, with Chad and his long john. Oh, my bad. That's for a different mic. No, but I called my mom, like, yeah, I'm on the way to clinic. She's like, my mother is the sweetest. I'm sure you think your mother's the sweetest. I don't know.
Yes.
But, okay, my mother's the sweetest. And I'm like, Mom, I'm on the way to clinic. She's like, why are you on the way to clinic? I was like, 6 months clean. I just went to this college party, you know, messed with this girl. And she's like, you wore a rubber, right? And I'm like, no, I didn't. She's like, well, why do you think you need to go to clinic? I said, because as soon as she took her pants off, it stunk so bad. And she said,
Oh no.
she said,
no.
don't act like you ain't been there.
Oh.
She said, and you still had sex with her? I was like, yeah, she was already naked. My mom said, Chad, you don't have to have sex with anyone. And I was like, what? I
Didn't know that till right then. Didn't know it.
So the struggle I face, because I still look up at everyone, and I think everyone's got to figure it out when someone looks at me and they're like, you didn't do that, why? And I'm like, should I not have? Because I'm faced with my past where I'm like, I know. Bro, I'm right on the brink of insanity. Like,
I'll tell you this.
I acknowledge
because of that conversation where they were trying to fucking play you for not fucking some chick that you didn't want to fuck, that's when I was like, I got to do a podcast with that guy. Because I'm like, bro, you get it. You get it. Like, you don't have to
It's
do
not that I'm that cool that
It
I
doesn't
just,
matter.
that I got them lined
It don't have
up and
shit
I'm
to
like,
do with that. It
it's
don't
just
have
like-
shit to do with that. It just, bro, you can put that thing wherever you want or don't want. You don't have to do what makes you cool to Steve-O or
You know
Wesley.
what's weird?
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever really wanted to do a girl that no one else wanted to do?
Probably.
That's a weird feeling too, bro.
Because she was weirdo?
Yeah. No,
Probably.
no, whatever, bro. Like an ex I have. Bro, they lined up to tell me how bad she was for me. That's not the same because they were all lined up to, like, take, you know what I'm saying, to get their turn. But I'm talking about when you're, like, you're really feeling it. Like, at this very moment, like, I'm seeing someone and, like, whoa, I don't even care what anyone thinks. Like, I didn't.
Good.
I like, before, it was like, I care what everyone thinks, but was going to do it anyways. Now I'm just like, that's why when she's like, what are we? And I'm like, who's asking? Because you're sitting right here, and I'm sitting like, what do you mean? Who's asking? So I don't know. I'm finally at a point where I guess I'm just not that important.
You want to
bro.
know what I fucking do now that I didn't do before? I don't tell people my goddamn business because I don't give a fuck what they have to say about it.
She actually
Brought up, she goes, oh, I was talking to someone. I know who your ex is now. I was talking, and I was like, why were you talking to someone about me? And it made me uncomfortable because she paused and she's like, never mind. And I'm like, and I realized, like, for the first time ever, bro, my business, I'm not just giving it away because, you know, used to I'd be like, oh, you really care. Let's cut it up. And, like, when I ask you what's your thing, I openly like, oh, here's my thing, and it's just people will listen for entertainment, bro. They don't listen. You know, it's
'Cause
not a
they care.
newsflash to you. Yeah, well, you know, I don't think I'm special, but it feels weird that people don't care. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Like, why would you go out of your way to like, not only not care, but care so much that you would be malicious, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just weird, bro.
Not everybody has your best interest at heart, and you know that. But here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. I only have so much energy and love to give, and time. There's only a finite amount of time out there to give. So, who I get to choose who I give that to. For the most part, sometimes I give it to people without my own permission. You know, like
I do.
Like I
That's
gave
what I'm
my
doing
hate
right
out. I gave my hate out to that lady today without my own permission. I fucking lost it. Right? She was a fucking cunt. She deserved it. But yeah, you only have a finite. I only have a finite amount of time, energy, and love to give. So I have to choose wisely who I give that to. Because if you think about it, you really don't have but so much energy to give. And you only have so much love to give. And you definitely, for sure, if those other two things you don't agree with, you definitely only have a certain amount of time to give. Because there's only 24 hours in a fucking day. And you got to sleep for a certain amount of those.
Fuck it.
Got to sleep for a
Fuck
certain.
it. I'm at the point now where someone asks me for their help with something. And I was like, I can't. Because I listen to people like you, and I'm like, they haven't figured out. I'm gonna do what they do. I was like, I can't. I'm giving my time to these 4 people. I work 50 to 60 hours a week, and I also volunteer here.
Yes.
And
that's how I am. And I don't have it figured out, but I think that's
and still told him, because I feel like his time is more valuable than mine. Not out of people pleasing. I genuinely was like, I'm gonna have to make room for it, because it's just like, for someone to want my time, I appreciate it. But what I do differently now is I give anyone the time, but what I do differently now is I take it away. When, you know what I'm saying? When you're not appreciating,
or when you don't reciprocate,
I'll give it to. Everyone's different. You don't have I'm high maintenance, bro. I wanna get up with you all the time. But my thing is like, when I can tell you don't appreciate it, it's like something I didn't used to do was like, now I take it back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't want to look over that one person. You know, I saw something that said, instead of looking for red flags, look for green flags. And so now I ignore all flags. First time because God forbid people looked at all the red flags when they was fucking with me. I'd be assed out. But they say now look for the green signs. So if I don't see those green flags, I'm just I'm like, all right.
What are they?
I want you to be putting in as much effort for you as you're willing to me, mostly intimately, right? Like, I don't want someone. That's what I used to do, bro. I'm so into you. Oh,
give
I love you
them
so much.
everything.
I love you. And
you're saying
like,
you give them everything.
And
you don't have anything that you're giving.
I'm not
yourself.
even fucking. What am I putting into me? You know, so I don't want anyone around me who's wants to be so involved with me they're not putting work into themselves.
Right.
I also don't want anyone who isn't rooting for what I'm rooting for. So if I say, it would mean a lot to me if we did this, and that's not important to them consecutively, or they want to go do things that aren't important to me, it's time to split. You know what I'm saying? Just, what I've realized is we're all important, but if we don't have the same fundamental values, what the fuck's the point? I'll read about you in the paper. I've learned I can be people's fans from the sidelines without having to be.
And then they don't have to take up your time, energy, and love if you do that.
Yeah.
Like, you'll find some people, and you probably already have them, but there's people in your life that you can have, like, you feel good about giving to them, and it doesn't matter what they do.
I don't feel that way about a single person.
Really?
In my entire life.
Fuck.
Not one.
When you have a kid.
My sister.
Okay, there you go. Bam. Your sister.
Yeah.
But when you have a child, you will.
Yeah.
You will have one. It's fucking insane, because you think that you have this certain capacity, right? Like, I thought that I had a certain amount of time, love, and energy, right? And then when Maddox came along, it fucking just through the roof, like superhuman hero shit. Like, I never thought that this amount of love, time, and energy was possible.
That's what Wesley said. He said, I literally, you have this priority and these priorities. He's like, once you have a kid, you wake up earlier, go to sleep sooner.
You're better. You just do
And
fucking more.
Like, he
and
said,
you're better.
Chad, please start prioritizing your time better without needing a kid to do it. And I was like,
It's hard. It's hard to do.
well, you know, it's no better and no worse, right? Like, if you hadn't done what you did, you wouldn't be here, so.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just, the thing about it is, it's amazing what we're capable of. And look, bro, we give up at 60%. Like, we give the fuck up at 60% or less. We still have 40% to give. Not, like, all the time when we give up. Like, I just look back, like, man, I ran a fucking mile the other day. And it's like, bro, I could have ran a mile and a half. I could have ran a mile and a half, but I made it to a mile 1.01.
You
and
gotta
I'm like,
get that.
and it's just like, bro, like, I was like done, because in my mind I'm gonna run a mile, but I should have ran a mile and a half just to be like, fuck that mile. I'm gonna butt fuck that mile, and I'm gonna run a fucking mile. It's just shit, like, just an example.
Yeah.
But like, we have so much more to
When you have your
give.
kid on the other end, it's a real.
Well, that, and there's other shit too, not just a kid. We have so much more to give than what we think. Like, we're capable of so much more, and our mind our brain is what stops us. It puts limits on
Why
us,
do we
bro.
even have this thing?
Bro, you know what's crazy? Your eyes are part of your fucking brain, dude. Think about that. Your fucking eyes. I can see your brain right now, bro. Bro, think about, dude, what goes into your eyes has to process. Dude, think about what's behind your eyes, all those ligaments and shit.
Yeah.
And that goes into your brain and processes. It's part of your fucking brain. It's exposed. I can see your brain. Dude, how crazy is... Now I can't. Dude, how crazy is that to think about?
I don't know. It doesn't really blow my mind.
Crazy. Dude, to me, that's fucking nuts.
I think I value the brain without seeing it, maybe, I guess.
But you do see it.
Oh,
You have been seeing. You've been seeing the... You've been seeing... Oh, man, get me
oh shit,
dude, you've been seeing
I left the oven
people's
on.
brains your whole life, dude. Remember that weed commercial where the guys go through the drive-thru to get the cheeseburgers? He's like, let me get 15 cheeseburgers. And then he hits his car and drives and runs over the kid on the bicycle. Do you remember that?
I'm 25.
Bro, there was a commercial on TV of these people going through a drive-thru, hotboxing a joint, and smoke rolls out of the window, and he says, let me get 15 cheeseburgers. And he fucking throws his car in drive, hits the gas, runs over a little girl on a bicycle.
You have to be high to have your car in park in the drive-thru to start with. So the fact that he threw it in drive.
Fuck, I never thought about that,
What year is this?
This was like fucking early 2000s, bro. Had to be right when I was starting to smoke weed, and I was thinking, damn, I ain't gonna drive and smoke weed.
I was 5 in 2000.
Damn.
You want to hear something crazy? This might throw you off a loop. And whatever. Okay, I'm still thinking about it even as I'm about to. So the guy that cut my hair today was like, "Yeah, we're going to the Outer Banks." Immediately, my dick gets hard. I'm like, he's fucking traveling, taking off work, fucking sticking it to the man. He's about to go experience life. I don't know. It just seems so unachievable and so great. And I'm like, trying to play it cool. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing out there? He's like, oh, I'm going to go, out there by Cape Hatteras. And then suddenly I remember my parents took me to go see all these lighthouses. I don't remember.
That's where they're at.
My parents probably put so much time and effort into doing that for us. Didn't even remember till right now. Still don't really remember, but I just know I went. So don't take your kids anywhere cool. They don't give a fuck. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying.
I'm taking Maddox to the zoo next weekend, but basically it's for me.
That's where I'm from.
It's for me. Yeah, that's where I'm going. I mean, we want to just do shit. Fuck it, dude. I want to live life like you're talking about. Like, I want to do shit. Eventually, I would like to surf. I would like to learn to surf. I think it's fucking dope.
I know a guy, every time I see him, he kept wanting to say, I want to go surfing. And he
I would
fucking
love
went
to
and
learn
did it.
how to
I
do
want to
that.
learn how to play piano.
I would love to learn how to play. I can play guitar. I would love to learn how to play piano, though.
What's stopping me?
I think piano is one of the most beautiful instruments if you know how to play piano, you know how to play what sounds good, and you can figure out how to play any instrument. I feel like.
Really?
I feel like that.
Piano and violin. That's what I want to learn.
Yeah, dude, it's called a fiddle, where I'm from. Okay. If you pick up a violin
I'm
and
from
you
the
don't
same
play it
place
like a
you're
fiddle,
from, bro.
God
the fucking
damn it.
dumpster, bro. When people are like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, Ashboro. This goes back to being a professional. What I really want to say is, unless you're going to the zoo, you're retired, or you're robbing retired people, there's no reason you should be there.
None.
Does that sound kind of like
Unless
where
you're riding
from?
an elephant, there ain't no reason to be. No, we don't have a zoo. We do, but it's called the Hood. Dude, the Hood. It's the fucking jungle, bro.
You know,
you might get
what's
stabbed, shot, fucking robbed.
I don't think people know that people in the suburbs still smoke crack and shit.
Dude, right?
People don't.
They smoke. They smoke rock in the burbs.
I had someone argue with me the other day. These are the conversations I'm around that are just so volatile, and it's just, I'm Mr. What are you talking? He's like, freebasing cocaine is not the same as smoking crack. I was like, oh, tell me more.
When have you done that?
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, so crack what? He's like, crack cocaine. I was like, oh,
that's scary.
It's the same thing, I think. I'm pretty sure it's
That's
the same
scary.
thing. I don't know, bro.
Well, crack is rock. And cocaine, you actually have to slide it. If you're freebasing it, you put
if
a
you
straw.
smoke cocaine,
You're going to get
you
high
are
like
a
you're getting high on.
crackhead.
Yes.
You know why?
Yes.
Because crack is cocaine, and
Being
cocaine
smoked.
is pre-crack. So I don't know, bro. It's this guy at work the other day was like, I'm going to take another Adderall. I'm coming down already. And I was like, he's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that around you. I'm like, why? He's like, because you're, I'm doing it because it's prescribed. I was like, oh.
Oh, you're coming down off of your prescription, so you need another? Is that what you said?
Hey.
Hold on, I heard you wrong.
Fuck it, I'll say it.
Dude, I heard you wrong. You said you're
But he didn't
coming
steal any of
down?
the fucking vehicles or fucking, run off with anyone's down payment. So, doesn't it suck?
He just fucking lies to his wife and kids and fucking robs them of their
You
peace
hope
of
so.
mind.
You hope so.
Bro, he does some fucked up shit if he takes Adderall every day. And then takes it when he comes. Dude, fuck Adderall and Xanax. Terrible fucking drugs.
Xanax changed my life, bro.
Fucking
My
every time I
father-
take it, it changes my life.
I'm grateful, bro. I
Terrible.
went through whatever,
I'm about
bro.
to grab a soda. I'm listening
yeah,
to you.
do your thing. Do your thing. I feel like you left me. No.
I just want this ginger ale, dude.
See, that's the thing, bro, with this podcast.
had like nothing right
His voice has changed and everything. He's a completely different person off the mic. I hate this. I've been myself the whole time, and you're someone else.
Dude, I just want to whisper in your ear. I want you to feel me.
All right, I'm gonna talk like this now.
Am I fucking talking like that, dude?
Check this out. Second time I ever did a Xanax. We shouldn't be discussing this.
Come on,
permanently
man.
the
Tell
internet.
me. Tell
I
me,
got
bro.
abused 90% of my life physically until I was 17. Right, from 4 years old. I remember the first time I was 4 years old. That second time I did a Xanax, Alex, I said, don't touch me.
You got the courage.
My pop said, what'd you say? I was like, bro, don't fucking put your goddamn hands on me, cuz. He threw me through the window. We're cool now. Threw me through the window. And I fucking looked at him. I was like, you a scrub, bro. I wasn't mad. I was like, why? I moved out 17. I'm so grateful for Xanax, bro.
Wow.
But-
Only person I've ever heard say that ever.
But-
and mean it. Just so you know.
It's these things are magical.
You're talking about the human race, like
They're cool, man, but I feel like
Wait,
it should
you're
be
talking
like,
about Xanaxes are magical?
Well, I'm just saying it should be like a trip to fucking China. You wouldn't do a trip to China every single fucking day. You got shit to do. Why are you fucking eating Xanax every day? Adderall. It's fucking taking a trip to fucking Vegas, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Do not
Vegas.
go to Vegas every fucking day. Like,
Right.
but I agree with you. Adderall is point. I don't think that's the same thing. I think
Xanax is way worse. Way worse. I don't know how it helps anybody. Up until you just said that, I don't know
notice
how it
how
can
out
help.
of the many years of Xanax abuse, there was that one time You know what I'm saying? Where I finally was a human being and was like, you shouldn't be putting your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? So
I've never heard anybody say anything like that, so thank you for that.
yeah.
Because it helps me believe that maybe Xanax isn't pure fucking satanic evil.
It is,
that's
bro.
what I feel
Listen,
like it
if
is.
I was going through a time where I felt like I wasn't on the same playing field as everyone else. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you have a fish on the end of your hook and there's nothing the fish can do. Xanax took that away. You know, there's just that fine, and I fucking don't know what I'm talking about. But what I feel like is like it helped me, and then there's other things that should come into play, bro. It's like it's just all rehabilitative things. It's like if you have trouble being lazy or something like that, you should find healthy manners to get up off your fucking ass. You shouldn't get Adderall. Everybody and their fucking brother has ADHD. Everybody.
That shit's fake.
That's what I'm
Fake.
saying, right?
Shit's fake. I don't
it's
give
the
a
same-
fuck.
I don't
I'll
know,
say
bro.
it.
It's the same thing with everything else.
Fake.
Fucking.
Fake news. Oh, shout out to Trump today for being in Wilmington. Let me shout out Trump. The man everybody loves to hate. I don't give a fuck. I could give a fuck less. I don't like some of the shit he says, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck him.
He's a puppet, bro.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck Obama. Fuck George Bush. Fuck them all. I don't give a shit.
I saw someone wearing a Trump hat. I was
I'm
like,
about to smoke a cigarette for real. For real, dog. Bro, hand me one of them cigarettes right there. You gonna hand me one of them cigarettes? I'm about to kill myself live on this podcast, bro. We about to get rowdy up in here.
Hey.
Is there any in there, bro? Listen how his voice changed, everybody. You hear that? You gonna smoke one too? Go ahead, bro. Smoke one. Oh my God. You gonna smoke a cigarette? Give me the other one. You gonna smoke a cigarette, but you won't smoke a cigar with me, you motherfucker. I fucking love this guy. I'm gonna burn a hole in this fucking microphone. I fucking love this guy.
People say, you vape. That's so good. I was like, it's
I also
not oxygen.
I
And
also
they're like,
smoke and dip.
and then that's cue the
And
lady
smoke
who
cigars.
says, you're not accepting my good graces. And I'm like, you're mad because
Fuck
you don't know what
yourself.
you're talking about.
Fuck
Like,
yourself.
So,
My bad. I didn't know you were Jesus Christ and you could grace me with
No,
your
it's
graces.
just love
You
me when I'm not smoking, but love me when I am smoking too. You
Love
know?
me when I don't have lung cancer. Love me when I do.
All right, now I'm not gonna smoke.
Dude, smoke, dude.
bro.
One cigarette, bro.
It just-
It tastes delicious. It's not gonna kill you.
Piece of shit, bro.
Where you think? Why you think me and Wesley are best friends, dude?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You know, listen, y'all are guys who
Smoke
like
that cigarette,
you,
bro.
You two look at each other and you're like, we both are really good guys, so we can fucking treat each other like shit. I'm someone who's like, hey, before you act like a piece of shit, can you at least show me that you're like kind and loving, and just let me know, and then I'll play along, and you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are
Too
like,
much energy involved in that. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Let's just be. Just be. Be. Like the Beatles. Didn't the Beatles say
I'm
that?
just saying. I'm just
Doesn't
saying,
this
bro.
make you want? Don't I look cool? Smoking this way cooler than you look smoking that thing. Imagine all the people. Imagine there's no heaven. That's terrible. I wish there
No,
was a
they
heaven.
say.
I wish there was a heaven. If there is a heaven, I would like to go there. I don't really want to go to hell. You think there's a heaven and a hell? Let's get into it. Let's get in the fucking
you wanna
weeds,
hear what you
bro.
want to hear this shit, bro?
Yes, I want to hear
Let
this
me
shit,
hear
bro.
from you, bro. I feel like we're running out of time.
We're not. There ain't no fucking. Do you got somewhere to be?
No,
I got nowhere. My
but I
kids
don't
are
know.
asleep, bro. My kids are asleep. Was it 9 o'clock?
Yeah, what time?
They
we
go to bed
start?
at like 8,
but
bro.
but you know, I don't know.
We
about
started
your
at 7.
content,
Fuck it,
bro.
dude. What do you mean, bro?
I don't know about your content. You think
Our
people are still
content,
listening?
bro. I don't care. Our content is what's in our brain.
All right, what's your take on heaven and hell?
Damn, that is a deep question.
No,
to
it is
ask.
not. Listen.
It's
hey,
not
hey,
deep?
listen.
You don't think it's deep?
Listen. So, fun fact, bro. I had a moment, and I don't share this with anyone, and I'm probably not going to today.
You're sharing it with the world right
No.
now. Yes, please.
I had a moment where it was made very clear to me and I want to say it just
Please,
to convince you. But,
say it. Just say
but
it.
No,
Tell
listen,
me.
bro. I
Tell me
had
the
a
truth, the whole
listen,
truth, and nothing but the truth. Help you God.
I had a moment where I was made fully aware, and this has a lot to do with why I do the things I do. Not because I've drank any Kool-Aid. I had a moment that was clear as day and night that my life mattered and that what's going on around me matters. And that's why I am the way I am, bro.
What's the moment? Tell me the moment.
It was my moment.
Please just tell me.
Fuck you, I won't say it.
Please tell me.
So
It's going to be in
Now-
the book, people.
now imagine I go to church and everyone's Jesus and they're got their hands up. I went to church one time. I went with this dude, his girlfriend, and her daughter, and started crying because why the fuck did this dude tell them his name? But when I had my moment, that he didn't say, "Oh, by the way, before I dip, call me Jesus." He didn't say that, bro. So I'm very educated with a lot of education to still get should I pursue it, but like in comparison to people who I hear tell me about, the good book on Christianity. Took college courses, all kinds of stuff. So I feel like people are Christian for insurance, not because they believe.
Because they don't want to go to hell. Because they're scared of hell. Who wouldn't be scared of hell? Just saying. Who wants to burn for eternity? Raise your hand, please. If you want to burn for eternity, please raise your hand. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Nobody.
I'm just saying, bro. But
no, I agree with you. I agree. Out of fear of going to hell.
Well, it goes. Listen, bro. You're talking about a big topic. So once you talk about God, how can you continue to not just? I don't know. How can you continue to not want to be the best you can be on the inside? You know what I'm saying? So that's all the things I do, and you'll hear Wesley say, "Sharing that good shit" or da da, and it's like when I say I don't deserve credit, bro. I did everything I could. To hate God. It wasn't that I didn't believe in God, bro. Not only did I believe in God, I hated him. I watched my niece die in my arms. I went through the things I went through. How dare God? It was a shoe that didn't fit me, bro. It was like, I see y'all wearing the shoe. Goes back to the thing, I think everyone's got it figured out but me. And then I had that moment, bro, and it was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I know it matters. The Buddhists say, I had this Buddhist monk do a lecture in my world religions class, and he said, we don't pray to people we can't call. They won't call us back. And we don't live our lives based on some destination that we can't put in our GPS. In other words, they live their life. And I remember all the moments I wouldn't have foxhole prayers, but I would like pray and then like, without words, like feeling the love of my mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I really related with that. And then I had this moment, May 2nd, 2017. I'll bring it to you. You can read it. I wrote it down. I had this moment where it's clear as day. Like this thing came to me and was like,
This is what you need to do.
Quite the opposite.
This is what you don't need to do.
This thing was right there, like, I felt it with everything in me, bro. It's so much realer than anything here, and it was like, I felt in my heart, like, without words, this is and I am. Like, I exist, this is real, and it was nothing else. And I remember, like, crying, like, I needed, and this thing was like, you don't need anything. It was almost like, imagine standing on the edge of a cliff. This is how I most appropriately put it. And this thing stopped me and said, you don't have to figure out how you got here. You don't have to figure out how to get away from here. You don't need to know anything other than if you take another conscious step in that direction, it's over. And it wasn't like a death threat. It was just, I felt clear as day and night. I can no longer be this thing in the shadows. And
You
so
think it was like a spiritual awakening?
I'm telling you what it was, bro. Like, and I feel bad talking about it because it's like, why me, right? But why not? I don't know. But like, and then I meet people like you, and imagine when this thing, I'm telling this thing, I'm like I feel just as clearly as I feel it's flooring to me, like how undeserving I was, but how willing I was to do whatever, and like how how much I was scared, but still willing to like see the evidence, and like how much I felt like a failure, but I was willing to be myself. And then I come to a place where they're, these readings, like, just telling me about myself, and I didn't stay because I really enjoyed what was going on there. It was like, I was brought there, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it's just my truth. Like, I want to not be a part of those things so badly, maybe to the degree I am, but it's just this thing that's like, until I find another avenue to go that direction that I felt that day, like, that's where you'll find me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. And so imagine my discomfort when I deal with so many people who are malicious. Or I had a therapist diagnose me with PTSD. She's, when I get in a conflict, I don't respond because of my spiritual nature, but also because like I want to destroy. I don't really know how to just argue between two guys. I get overwhelmed with fight or flight, right? Like extreme fear and extreme attack, and so it's not only that, and I don't like I don't want to be a psychologist. I like that field, but I don't want to diagnose. I don't like the label, but like if that's a thing and I have that, and then this other experience I had where like I know the truth, and to be dealing with people who are malicious or deal with people who are cutting me off on the road, or and it's just like, that's why it's so confusing to me. You know what I mean? To just be anything other than like loving. Even if I don't like you, I'm gonna try to figure out why, because it just doesn't sit right with me that I was given that given that opportunity and then not be loving towards anything. That's why it's so much of a struggle for me to like Democrat, Republican, or white and black, or cop and lawbreaker. I'm just like, the elephant in the room is like, these things don't matter. You're still human. You're still
right.
So you talk about heaven and hell, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue, but I do know while I'm here on this earth, that thing. You talk about God's will is like, I think there's...
Get closer to that mic.
It's not that I think there's a plan, but I'm fully aware that there's things I can do to consciously divert what needs to be done. Like if I know something, I shouldn't do something, it doesn't matter what God's plan is, what God... Like I know from that day He gave me, and I say He... There goes the human language. That's why I wish language didn't exist.
Right.
It's
you
a
can't
he or a she.
say...
Yeah, and it's like, but it's not... It is an option to be lost from God's grace. Like, I do truly believe that. Like, because it was made very clear to me, like, I'm giving you this choice. And when that thing left my presence and I went back to just confused and lost, you know what I'm saying? It's like, when I say I don't deserve credit for being here, bro, I have tried to fail so many times. Even without, substance, I've tried to fail so many times, and that thing in me is like, it just gives me an opportunity and a choice, and it's just like, I don't know, bro. It feels weird, but so I go to church and I hear all these people praising God and praising Jesus, and I'm just like, yeah, but I've been to a mosque, and I want to tell you, when they sing, like they'll play in terrorist movies and shit, it is the most beautiful noise that has ever entered my body.
Damn.
But then they talk about, when I was there as a project for the World Religions, they talk about, on this holiday you have to kill this livestock, and you have to donate this amount of it, and if your livestock weighs more or weighs less, in translation, you're gonna burn for all eternity. And if you get a livestock that is female, you burn in all eternity. And if you get a livestock that's limp, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, I remember being confused, like how. And they were sweet people, the women divided from the men, and the men were like. I went up to someone, I said, I'm here for a class, because only the elders sat in chairs, everyone else, were on their knees together, and they said you can sit. Like, they were very nice, and I was confused. I'm like, wow, if you fuck this up, you're gonna burn eternity, bro. So it's just, you talk about heaven and hell, but like these things, I feel like were written by the rich,
by people, humans.
but so was our literature. That I got in an argument with my sponsor. I'm like, how the fuck did human beings come up with this shit, bro? This is the same shit that this thing told to me. And he's like, well, we didn't, right? God did. And I'm like, yeah, but to not fuck it up for 110 pages plus, like, how do we? So
4 books. Hold on. Something's going on here. So it's like, here's one thing I'm for sure about. Is that if there is a God, that I'm not it, and you're not it, and no other person on this planet is it. That's what because you didn't create all this. Nobody else.
That's easy. Get deeper.
Nobody else created all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like too much for the human mind to grasp.
The rabbit hole, right? Once you get to the end of it, then what? I guess just be a good guy. That's what I was telling you earlier. Is what's the point in the fucking rabbit hole? I've tried the
It's fun.
Oh,
It's
you want to
fun,
talk about
dude.
flat Earth?
It's fun.
You don't want to talk about that
It's fun. Dude, the Earth's not flat.
because you've been there.
The Earth's not flat. I'm here right now.
Alex Hunt has been to the moon. He's seen the Earth.
I see the moon. I can go out there and look at the moon, bro.
I know you can.
It's a circle. It's a circle, dude. You think the Earth's flat? Never seen it.
Well, it talks about a firmament in the Bible.
What does that mean?
A firmament is a dome. You know, there was a Treaty of Antarctica.
Like in the Christian Bible, you're
there's
saying?
a treaty. Yes, there's a Treaty of Antarctica, the year before NASA was founded, where all nations, which has never in history ever been done before, never been done after, all nations came together and said no one's allowed to Antarctica recreationally. It is only for you have to be guided, and you can only go so far.
Why though?
And then it talks about in flat earthers, and I don't drink.
Yeah, the ice wall.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, bro. So you talking about the
Game of
fact-
Thrones.
I
There's
don't-
an ice wall in Game of Thrones.
I'm just talking about you talking about a population of insects who want to travel to space, but we're still sitting here with the dilemma of should we be ourselves or not, because we won't make it in our world, because we might be homeless and poverty stricken and
It's crazy
die
what
of
we worry
hunger.
about, ain't
Well,
it?
it's not. It's like the crazy that we're taught these things. It just blows my mind, bro. There's just so many more important things than fucking technology. You know, like I just want to love. I just want to be with my family and love.
You know what's crazy is like a lot of what you're talking about to me, like I hear it's like social construct. Like from the guy telling you not to talk like a black guy to whatever you can think of. It's like, why is that? Why is that?
Where
Why?
did it come from?
Because we made it up. Somebody made it up. See, here's what I think about like probably all religions, but most religions. I feel like, so I got a book over there called Tribe. You ever read it?
I've never. There's one book I've ever read in my whole life, from front to back.
What?
Breakfast with Buddha.
What is that?
It's actually where a spiritual person who's very simple and one with everything marries this dude's sister, and he's a company man, believes in practical, goes to church, white and black, and he's faced with this person who's it's the world dilemma, and he's like, you're a fucking oof, you're dumb, and they have to take a road trip.
Bro, stomp that spider, bro. Bro, kill that spider, bro. Did you get him? You got him, bro. You had.
So they have to take a road trip. Someone died, and they have to travel out to this estate, and they get to know each other. And this dude is just like resists so much that life is that simple. And he's got a family to think of, and he's got he's trying to be successful in retirement and leave behind an inheritance and all. And this guy's just like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And I don't know. It touched me. It touched me.
When'd you read that?
When I was 19.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I think about religion.
Tribe.
Yeah, the book Tribe. It's over there. It's a great book. But it just is about like once people. Okay. Way back in the day, everybody used to just be tribes. Like small. Like you're talking about. It was family. Everybody looked out for one another. People hunted. They fucking were small, like 100 people or less, basically, in a tribe, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew everybody. Everybody cared for everybody else's kids.
Everybody's fucking each other.
Everybody's fucking each other. You don't know which
That's
kid's
the weird
yours,
part.
bro.
That's
You don't
the
know which kid's yours, so you got to care for all of them like they're your
Let's fucking
kid.
go, bro.
Bro, okay.
I'm talking about primitives.
So we got away from that, right? People did used to just make noises and shit. and that was it. It wasn't really communication. It was like what you're talking about.
Was.
It was.
There goes the social construct.
It was. All right. So to the social construct, it's just religion was made to control the masses. That's what that book doesn't say this, but I kind of got that out of it. Like once we got so big that there weren't tribes anymore, there was like countries and states and nations and provinces and shit like that.
What?
There had to be a religion to make people follow a certain set of rules, basically, or you go to hell, or whatever the case may be. Like, I think Buddhism's very interesting.
So there's a song called Crash This Train. It was on the Sons of Anarchy. And he's, you know, it might have come out before that. That's where I first saw it. And I was also like 18, 19 this time. And maybe 20. And he talks about, he knows this world is going to destroy itself. But he's just so overwhelmingly stricken with pain that the world's going the way it is. He's like, it's basically prayer, and he's like, just crash this train already. I understand it's going to destroy everything, but it's, just, he's like thirsting for, sincerity and genuine humans, what we were meant to be. And I always hear that song, and that's how I felt about racism before. In my generation, it got brought up like it is now, and that's how I felt about politics. And it's a topic of conversation, but no one. Mark Twain said if voting really mattered, they wouldn't let us do it.
The first comedian ever, Mark Twain.
It confuses me.
Samuel Clemens.
My own conflict inside that I want to be grateful for this country and vote, but I'm also confused because why? You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be, they're 20 steps ahead of us, and I don't know, back to the rabbit hole, I don't know, but I'm just saying, what are their motives? Because you're talking about Trump, who says these, do you think he's a genuine human being who's speaking, like, or do you think he has a script? I mean, it's just insane to me that we actually vote for these people thinking like we have any say in what's about to happen. And it blows my fucking mind. But you're sitting here telling me these things were created to control us, but we're still going to... But, I go back to like, well, who am I? I don't want to be the guy that didn't vote, because I don't want to show a lack of gratitude. I went to join the military because I genuinely feel like a duty. How can I have pride to live here, pride to be who I am when it wasn't earned? And people talk about even white pride, or I'm
But why do you have
proud.
to earn your right to be a human being? Why?
But that wouldn't make it pride. I'm talking about I would like to be proud to live here because I feel like that's the thing, and I would like to do service. But then, God forbid, I'm asked to carry out an agenda that I don't agree with. So even though I have this overwhelming desire to join the military and to get the experience, I also refused to have an agenda that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? So why would I vote for someone, the lesser evil, or it's not my, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really living on my agenda. I think I am, but come on, bro. I mean, these are powers that have been in play long before us, and they pick these people, to do them. And you have your man in the middle who might be a genuine person, but they're never gonna win, bro.
Never gonna win.
People
It's all
say the lesser of two
predetermined, bro.
evils, but I'm like, you only know what they want you to know. Like, if the
You
fact
know
that
what
you
they
talk
do?
into
You
your
know what they
phone-
do, bro? They turn around right after we get done watching them say some shit we want to hear. They turn around and they talk to the person you hate, the other person, and they're like, "Ha, I got those motherfuckers that time." And they all want the same shit. They all want the same shit.
Power.
Yes, yeah, power and money, and it ain't got shit to do with.
For me to sit there and tell my roommate, for him to say, this guy was wrong and the cop should have shot him,
Wow.
is just as ignorant for me to know I'm right. This is what really fucked me up in the head, is I said, I went to fight with him about how I was right. And I was like, that was a spiritual awakening. I was like, he feels the same way I feel.
About
even
what
though
he's saying.
Even though I really feel like, so here we are, me versus you, and I just don't want to participate in it, bro.
Yeah, and you don't have to. And the sad part is that everybody online does it. Like, I don't get on there. I don't watch the news.
I
don't
do it sometimes.
I don't watch the news. I don't scroll any shit. I post my shit. I get off. I don't reply to comments. I don't look at likes. I don't give a fuck. And it's made me really not give a fuck over the past, like, as soon as the pandemic started, I deleted all the apps. So when I post something, I log onto the internet and I post it through that. And I log off as soon as I post something. And I just fucking probably shouldn't even do that, really. But I feel like that doesn't affect me. I feel like it actually helps me to post something and not give a fuck how many likes it gets.
I post genuinely for... It's almost like my own... I like looking through my shit. I had a girl say, should I download Instagram? A friend of mine. She said, let me see her to see what it... Oh, you only have 500 followers. Oh, I'm not... But sometimes I forget other people are looking at my shit. That's the dangerous part. Is I do post things for me. I post music all day, or I'll post... You know what I'm saying? And kind of like something like this. I'm enjoying this, but the danger with the web is like people are watching and people don't have good intentions. And so, I'm still not careful. I'm still unfiltered, when I go online. And that's like that thing Danny was talking about, being canceled.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a real... That's when I was going to take a piss, I was like, man, this shit could get me canceled from something in the future. You want to hear something cool? My barber invited me over to his house. Fat ass crib. Feeling super unqualified. And we all have a conversation about some... I'm not going to share him because I don't want to put his shit out there. But he confided in me, and I'm looking at him like, you're confiding in me? I don't care about your barber, you being a house. Like, I genuinely admire this dude, like, as a person he is. And his friend's with us, and his friend's like, yeah, I think about suicide all the time, and so here I am. I realize that, like, I've been where these guys are at, but I've, like, gotten, just for right now, like, I've gotten out of it, and I'm 25, and these guys are in their mid-30s, and I'm like, and they asked me how old I was, and they were, like, thrown off, like, we shouldn't have confided in him, but, like, I realized in that moment it didn't matter my age, my qualifications, like, I could be there and just kick it with them, and it mattered. And so I go to get my haircut, and dude's not there, but his friend is. And I remembered the things he said he was struggling with. I was like, man, I walked out and walked back in. I was like, just kick it with him. And the elephants in the room, like, you ever pillow talked, and the next day you wake up next to her and you're like, oh, I can't believe I got intimate with her. That shit happens with men too sometimes. I feel like where you get real with a man, and you go back out in the world and you see him again, you're like, oh, I got intimate with him. But so I handled it. I treaded lightly, and we're kicking it. And I have this guy at work who's from Serbia, so he talks in like a Russian accent. And so the dude, I was like, yeah, the dude's deathly afraid of chickens. He's like, really? And so he starts talking. Long story short, bro, the dude called me back. I put him on speaker. I said, I'm at the barber, Norbert. Can I call you back? He goes, you're at the barbecue? What are you? And the dude goes, I hang up, and the dude's like, you barbecuing? He talks in a perfect... You're barbecuing chicken? And me and this dude, two lost souls who were just wanting to find peace and freedom, even if we don't know that's what we're looking for, had this amazing laugh as he held a straight razor to my neck. And I was deathly afraid, but didn't care. And I walked out of there. I was like, oh, my God, bro. That was so good. Just sitting there laughing with the dude. I don't know where I'm going with this, bro, but you're talking about religion.
Bro, that's what you're talking. You're talking about living life. That's what you just said you're
so
not doing.
me,
That's what you said you're not doing. You said I'm not.
No, it
really
doesn't look like other people's lives they're living.
But that's it. That's it. It's the moments.
It was so
We
good,
only get little sweet moments, bro.
Why?
If we got them all the time, they wouldn't mean shit. They wouldn't mean nothing, bro. They wouldn't mean shit.
I feel like they would.
They wouldn't.
I feel like they would.
No, they wouldn't. It'd be like being fucked up all the time.
What if you're having sweet moments all the time and you don't even
Impossible.
know it? You don't even know it.
Maybe every minute is a sweet moment. Maybe.
It is,
even
bro.
the shittiest ones.
It is. And
Maybe even the shittiest moments
and that's
are
where
great.
I turn to when I look at the guy with all the money in his bank account bragging about how his stock hit $7,000. I'm envious, but that flip side is I'm like, what if I got it figured out, just enjoying my life.
Yes, that's how I feel.
And I don't
That's how I
like
feel.
the only reason I don't like my job is when I spend 3 to 8 hours not doing anything, waiting on a customer that needs some help, and I'm like, oh my God, that's time I can never get back.
You want to know something that you made me just think of? That my granddad was my absolute favorite person on planet Earth. Never met anybody, won't ever meet anybody anywhere close to that man. That's who Maddox is named after. That was my granddad's last name. And he gave me his Bible. I always wanted this Bible because it was so worn, and it was like this old leather.
It had real character.
It had his writing in it and his little notes and stuff. And like I just wanted this Bible.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what life's about, bro. That thing he left behind created a whole...
Dude, that is the smallest thing he left behind, really.
Yeah.
Like when I now, but he gave me this Bible, and I remember when you flip it open, it had his name in it. It said Dennis Maddox. He wrote this. You know how old people used to write real cool cursive, real nice.
Mandatory.
Bro, I can write cursive, but real nice cursive. And it said Dennis Maddox, and it said, success is what you are, not what you have. And he had that written right underneath it. And I'll never forget that as long as I live, bro. Because it truly is. It is not about a number. And he did well. He did well with his life. He sold commercial real estate. And, like, success is not about that number in that bank account. It's not about that dude on Market Street when you turn out of here that has that shopping cart full of bullshit and sleeps on the sidewalk on a pile of shit could be the happiest man in Wilmington.
Well, so when I ran into these girls that I know from, where we met, and I immediately got resentful. They were parked outside my apartment complex trying to change a tire, and I spotted her a mile away, and I got angry at her situation. I was like, because in reflection, I was like, why was I so angry at them? And I was like, because I'm angry at that thing, that lifestyle they're living, like that. I was resentful towards it, and but at the time I just, excuse me, sir, do you have a tire jack? Oh, I know you. I was like, how are you? She goes, I'm good. Didn't I go to detox with you? She's out of it because, I was like, no. She goes, are you still in a halfway house? I was like, no, I live here. Oh. And her friend walks up, sir, I saw you in the brand new car. Every car has a jack. I needed. And I was like, I was just thinking of all the liabilities just from being around. Anything could happen. I was just, because,
especially
bro,
you got to jack the
and
car
people,
up.
you see some guy downtown or something that you used to fuck with, and now they're not doing so well.
And they're asking you for money.
No, well, okay, and they're not doing so well, and they're like, oh, we ain't cool anymore. Newsflash, bro, if you meet me where you met me and now I'm doing that, stay away from me. And that's just my rule of thumb. It's not because I don't like you. It's just because you can't be that good of a person if you're anything like me. Anyway.
Yeah. Same.
So I'm angry, bro. Fuck. I get this fucking jack, and I go over, and I'm missing a piece of jack. Oh, man. But I know my fucking roommate's got one. I was like, fucking piece of shit. I'm mad, bro. And I go and get this, go up to my roommate, get the jack, and I'm helping him with it. And as I'm changing the tire, I'm getting irritated, and this girl's scooping water out of her back seat of her car, and I'm trying to tactfully be like, did y'all get in a car accident? Because I'm like, do I need to call 12? I ain't gonna lie to you. Is someone hurt? Is something going on? Yeah, we went off the ditch. A cop came and da-da-da, and he, she's got Fabrioso or whatever, the floor
cleaner shit.
She's got it. She's wiping the mud off the side of her car. And I'm looking at her.
Just taking the paint off.
And here I am thinking of all the liabilities I have, about to make my first car payment. All these new stresses. And they call them good problems to have. Well, it's a good problem to have. That's a luxury problem. You know why I was so mad, bro? I'd help him change the fucking tire. I said, since I changed the tire, do you mind? Because I went to just give him the jack. Because she swore she knew how to use it. She just needed to use it. I was like, I can't fucking... These girls were, if you put them together, 120 pounds.
Yeah.
And I help them change the tire, and they leave the spare tire there, leave the Fabuloso, leave all the shit there. And you know what I realized that night? I was so fucking mad? Because they probably don't have a care in the world. And in all of their chaos, it looked attractive that they didn't care that they just fucked up their car. They didn't care that they were puddling water out the back seat. They were talking about things they had to do in the calmest voice. Oh, we still got
Christ.
You know, like my mom sits in her house, gets off work, sits in a house as big as this, her whole house, smokes her cigarettes all day and eats takeout food. And I go there and I'm like, I used to be like, you know, you got to eat better than you. But my mom is so content with
That.
you know, and so it's just it's uncomfortable to know that my brain is opened up to think that there's more freedoms. But you know, I don't know, and I think they are. You know, I do want to travel and I want to meet people and I want to just. But at the end of the day, man, it's like the guy riding his bike's looking at the guy in the Mercedes, who's looking at the guy in the beat up car that has the girlfriend, who's looking at the guy with, you know, who's fit and running, who's looking at the girl without her leg, and they all want something the other one has, and it's just like, what, you know. So I think I really enjoyed bringing that up because now I'm just super content with being here.
Yeah, that's a fucking great way to end this podcast.
Oh,
That's
shit.
awesome. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. This was fucking amazing. I'm so sorry I forgot to turn the camera on, but it was all meant to be. I think it was all great. So the whole audio version will be available on Spotify and all that shit, but the video, we talked for 2.5 hours. Doesn't that feel crazy? It's like a time warp, bro.
You see the look in my eyes.
That's fucking
I can't believe you're kicking me out.
I
That's
feel
a
like
look.
it's a look of love.
No, it's a look out. You know,
Bro, how could there be a better way to end the podcast than that, bro? You helped two junkies change their fucking tires, dude.
Ziggy Marley said it first. Got to be true to myself. Yeah,
Got to be true to myself. Dude, me and Wesley got free tickets to that show. Won them on the radio. Chad, thanks for doing the podcast, dude. My boy, Chad. Are you going to do it with Steve-O and Wesley next time, or what?
Bro.
Are you going to turn the fuck up, Mac?
No, I did it
Come
this
on,
time.
dude.
Next time, I'm going to just sit back and watch.
I'm going to pull you in.
All right.
And I'm not going to let you out. Dude.
Any last questions? Any closes?
Dude,
anything we touched
Let's do it again.
All right, cool.
That was fucking amazing.
All right.
2.5 hours.
All right, I just don't feel
fucking
the closure
amazing, bro. God damn, that was awesome, dude. Loved every second of it.
All right.
Hey, thank you guys for listening. We love you.
We
Good
love
night.
you. I don't really